Okay, I'm back, man. I took a break for a few days. I didn't stream for I don't know. Man, the schedule was just fucked up, man. I just started sleeping at night, man. I don't sleep at night. Then when would I stream? Yeah, the whole schedule was fucked up. I started sleeping at night, and I don't like streaming in the morning, in the daytime. Yeah, let's watch the Nations Cup.
There's Lycav. That knight might even get converted. That knight goes down. Slam sending everything to try and complete this castle for
Hmm.
Canada. But this is looking horrible here.
Canada
He's
versus
selling off all of
Vietnam.
his wood to get resources. And well, the castle goes up. But at what cost? Slam has no fishing ships. ACCM's up to 11. So he's actually been fish booming. It's not like he just killed the fish and kept his 5 alive. He's added more. Man, ACCM is playing so
Bengalis
good.
and Berbers. I was using
He's
Berbers,
played
man.
perfect. Third TC now.
Hmm.
Massing some Ratha. Like, this guy has played an elite Nomad game. I think Slam has, again, played a good game. I just wonder if, like, right now, I think Slam is regretting not trying to go YOLO Castle Drop and early Castle Age. Because they have played a
Slam is the
similar
red
type of
guy.
game, and ACCM
Canada.
has just been ahead of him.
I like ACCM, man. I don't know why.
Doesn't mean Slam's approach is wrong, but ACCM has matched him and been ahead of him every step of the way. Now you're hoping Camel Archers are insane, and they
Oh
are
yeah,
a pretty good
Berbers
unit,
have the
but against Bengali
cameras.
monks, against the potential of the Ratha,
Monks.
I'm not sure it's necessarily good enough. We might see ACCM delete this outpost and just build a castle on that foundation.
Okay.
Yeah, he's also thinking, where am I
Yeah.
vulnerable?
Are they
If I
close to each other?
protect
Why
the
is
middle
blue
and the
at
left side,
blue is almost
I'm
in the middle
vulnerable
of the
on the right
map.
side.
The red
And
is
he's
a bit
dropping
at
houses just
corner. I
so
think he
Slam has
moved
to go
in
through. Just
to
so
the bit.
smart, man. It's just so smart.
Hmm.
And Slam, I think, is trying to click up the imp here, thinking
Are
this is
there
going
any
to
of
be an
them
imp
aim?
battle,
Hmm.
which is maybe his best way back into it. Like Trebuchets? Trebuchets would probably change the game. ACCM backing away. And he was prepping himself there, but he wasn't exactly expecting it. And ACCM is not going fast imp. He's actually adding another stable and
Hmm.
getting armor now. So he's going to stay deep in Castle Age here.
Yeah, he doesn't have any food or anything. But
Here Slam
ACCM
loses
has
his last
water.
ship. He no longer has docks. This
I will
targets give
watch this full
ACCM
thing,
so
man. I'm not in
many
the mood to
around. It's
play,
so
man. I
close
don't
up.
know. I'm just not getting in the mood to
Well,
play anything
okay, so
nowadays. I don't know
if you
why.
had access to knights,
I'll just watch this.
you would go full knights here.
That's why
With
I was not
rams, you
streaming
would
too.
push
I
this
was just
back.
not in the mood to play,
But
man.
Bengalis don't actually get knights. So they'd have to go like elephants to push this castle back. There's there's a chance here for Slam. It's not a great chance,
Maybe
but
yeah,
it's
the
like
Imperial. He's getting Imperial faster.
there's a
That is
greater
the
chance that
chance.
Slam wins this game than you or I winning the lottery if we were to buy a ticket. I don't know
Really?
if that's a positive.
That's really bad
That might be
chances.
kind of mean.
Yeah,
But
he's just saying it's
it's
almost no
doable.
chance. Is
Camel
it really
Archer's a
that?
really good
Yeah,
unit.
score
You got
difference
7
is
base
also
attack.
looking bad. He's getting
Slam can
raided
grab
too.
Bodkin Arrow in a second.
Hmm.
And I guess ACCM's going to try and click up to Imp here as well. But I mean, ACCM's going to have some problems if there's trebuchets here. Everything is really close by. I really think that Slam can do this. He needs to snag Bodkin Arrow and Ballistics and still have enough for a Treb.
When did
That's a
ACCM
big
click,
difference
man?
in
When
the
did
imp
he even
time here.
get
And
the
Slam can drop
resources?
multiple castles. There is hope for
Hmm.
Canada. You're just telling
How
yourself
many
in Slam's position
resources?
that your
Hmm.
score is low
He
because you
has
don't have
some.
Navy. That's part of it. Water can really inflate score.
Hmm.
5k rice collected ahead is ACCM. But
11
he's
camel
going to lose
riders.
this
The other
castle.
guy has three
And what
monks.
army is he going to make?
Yeah. That's
You'd
the
almost
camel
want
riders.
skirms, I think. Lycav right now, it's kind of hard to use that mobility properly because Slam is only in one spot.
Then he's walled up nicely.
Elephant archers.
Hmm.
Elephant archers get countered by camel archer too in some ways, so that's a worrying unit. Plus, I know he's
Hmm.
collected a lot of resources, but that might even be too expensive.
Okay, he broke in at least.
I get the logic to think that it doesn't matter what ACCM makes, he could still outproduce. But let's see. Those monks should go down, but how many conversions will happen? It's going to be one conversion for ACCM. This is a problem, man. This is a problem. He can't kill these camel archers.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying it to be positive for Canada. I believe that this is going to be awkward for ACCM. He's going to essentially try and spam full light cav here. And he's 30 seconds away from Imp. Will he be able to get the Imp upgrades? Man, Slam needs ballistics right now. What a fight back from Slam, by the way.
Hmm.
Slam needs ballistics. I think he's saving for it, but he also has to make camel archers. He also needs to make trebs.
He's
That
getting
castle's
another
way down for
castle.
ACCM.
Okay.
ACCM doesn't know where to build the next one, guys.
Hmm.
Like, where do you build the next castle right now? If you can't build it anywhere near your eco because it's going to
He
get
would
trebbed.
repair it.
He's going to try and
Hmm.
make his own trebs here. He might make one, but I think his castle still goes down. Slam has a chance. Slam has an actual chance. Half population,
Okay. Oh yeah, he
but
has half the
ACCM
population. Look
has.
at the fucking
ACCM, I
bars
think,
at the
Imp
top.
starts.
62, 132,
His castle
96, 48.
will
Yeah, it will go
just make a
down.
treb. But then the treb is actually exposed. So does he even know that he made that thing? Looks like he
How is it
does.
losing health? It was losing health.
Okay, so best friend for
I
Slam
think it
now
was
is
getting
the
shot by the
castles. You
castle.
want to drop the next castle here
Hmm.
and use the castle to protect the push. You don't want the
Why is it lagging, man? Not Twitch lag nowadays, man. Is my stream
armies to
lagging?
be able to collapse on your
It's
trebs and
looking
your
good. I
camel
don't know
archers
why
now.
it's Twitch
And
lag.
obviously, ACCM is going to try to do that. Slam is
Whenever I try to
not
watch
going
anything
to want
live,
to deal with any raids either. Your eco is already so much worse.
it's getting more.
You can't try
18
and put
camel
out
riders.
fires in your
Okay.
base now. You just have to try and ignore this as much as possible.
Hmm.
ACCM snagging a relic or trying to. That gets denied. He doesn't have a lot of army here, guys. It's very cramped. This is very
Yeah.
messy.
How will you take care of
ACCM
the
is
camel
falling apart.
riders? Yeah.
ACCM is falling apart. He is
Hmm.
raiding, though. Slam's going to lose Vills. Who cares? The economy sucks anyways. Who cares if we lose a couple more workers? You just got to keep pushing. You just need wood. You just need gold. You need castles if you're Slam. He's actually selling stone so he can just get more camel archers. I'm telling you. There's just... The ACCM doesn't have the units right now. Slam probably can't believe it. He's like, am I actually winning this game? Like, what's happening right now? Oh, this is big, though. This is big.
Found
This
his
you have to
gold.
respect. And ACCM gets a nice little raid in here on the golds.
Hmm.
And he's just waiting. Back here he's got ranges. He's waiting for the skirms. I think this might be where ACCM can hold the line against the camel archers. He's got this enough skirm upgrades where he could be pretty comfortable. If you get to 30 skirms with good upgrades, then the camel archers probably die. This is where I wanted Slam to have a castle, but he
Okay, he's
never
going
really
for
had the
it.
resources
No,
for it.
he was going for the stone.
Yeah, now Slam was kind of thinking maybe I can kill off the skirms
Hmm.
before they're fully upgraded. And the light cav swoop back, and the camel archers have to back away. And this is why you should never buy a lottery ticket. Yeah, this is
Yeah,
looking
we'll
ugly
just
now.
go
It
all
was
in on
such a good
camels.
fight back from Slam. Like,
But I
really
don't think he
made
can do anything against
nerve-wracking for
skirmishers.
ACCM.
He needs some scouts or
But
some
these
shit.
skirms with these upgrades now,
Yeah.
and the economy that ACCM has to produce them, it becomes a big problem. And Slam, he won't have any more golds unless he gets back over here, which is going to take a bit of time. And Slam realizes he's dead and taps out and calls the GG. I think Slam was missing another castle right where the camel archers are right now. Because imagine if the Trebs could sit there and Treb down everything else. Like, that's where I think even against the skirms, you could be okay.
Hmm.
But in the early stages, ACCM was just on top of him. ACCM playing elite. And now, if Canada loses game 3,
It's
Canada
over.
is out. having not won a single game in this tournament. Again, they were invited based on previous tournament performances,
Oh, they didn't
but
make
no
it.
Hera for Team Canada this time around. And
Oh yeah, he
I think,
plays
I
for
mean, Hera would
Canada
have been
too.
so valuable to the team, obviously, as he was in the past.
Hmm.
Chris and Slam and Mentalist, maybe not as active as some of these other teams. Vietnam's been playing insane. So I'm hoping we see a better version of Canada soon. But this is pretty much their last chance. There's the stats there. ACCM so far ahead. What a great game from
I didn't
ACCM.
watch it from
Super
the
smooth
start,
coming
man.
through.
It was a 1v1
Really
too. I should have
impressive.
watched it
And I
from the
just think,
start.
like, looking at it now, I would have loved to have seen Slam do what ACCM was expecting and just try Fast Castle Camel Archers. Yeah, you still lose your fish. Yeah, you fall behind an eco, but guess what? If you get to Camel Archer, you could dominate. Like, we saw how good the Camel Archers were right there.
Hmm.
So maybe he didn't feel like the situation was good enough for it, but that's what I would have liked to have seen
He even
Slam
got
consider.
tower rushed. I
Sure,
see
we
a
would have
tower
lost
down
behind an
there.
eco, but at least maybe
Maybe that's
there
what
would have been
happened.
Camel Archers out there.
Did you see him tower rush him or some shit?
So, for those that just got here, the initial order was supposed to be the 3v3 was game 3.
It's
But
4
I guess
before
the fourth
arena
player for
now.
Canada wasn't here yet, so they switched it. So the 4v4 is coming up next for game 3. And then if we get to a game 4, there will be
Hmm.
no slam available for Canada, and there will be no ACCM per the tournament rules.
Only team
So
matches are
numbers go
left though,
down
man.
for
Okay, I'll
Canada.
watch the team matches. I'm bored anyways.
What an elite game from ACCM. ACCM winning with the Bengalis. I thought he was going to go
If you just
Mallows,
look at their
actually.
civilization, Georgian, Slavs,
And I
Malay.
think the fourth player for
Mongols is
Canada
pretty
is
good.
probably Survivalist or Silver Star. So we'll see who shows up. Should be one of those two. They do also have a player named Tigger on their team. Tigger's a
Figures.
solid player. Like all these guys we just mentioned are 2K plus players, but so far Tigger and Silver Star haven't played any games. So Survivalist played one game. I was expecting that he'd be back here,
Hmm.
especially because Survivalist is pretty good on arena style maps. So that would be my guess. Vietnam are bringing in Say My Name, chat. So Say My Name comes in. He's their
Christian.
fourth. Earlier today, they had Hope
What's the
playing
story
well and
behind
Bad Boy.
Say My Name?
Say My Name didn't look his best last week. So
Or
no
maybe that's his
chances in
real
game
in-game
because you'll
name. Say
probably
My
see him as
Name.
their fourth. But it's
And his
arena.
name is
Arena's like
Christian.
more strategic
Hmm.
than anything, and where you play your civs and how you match up in strategy is the biggest thing. Thank you, chat, for saying my name. Thank you. Haha. Rick and Roll, thanks for the new sub, man. Like the name as well. Lobster, thanks for the 35 months. Radro's
His
like
name is
43.
Tristan.
Holy crap. We have
T90 his name.
Parsival and Mr.
Hmm.
Penguinius. Thank you. Thanks for the love, guys. This has been almost a year back on Twitch for me, and we have a bunch of people coming in with a year subscribing, basically. So obviously, it's motivating to see people resub for 35 months, 43 months, 21 months, like we've had today. But like also to come back to Twitch and then have people stick with me every month, which is what that 12-month sub tells me from some people, is awesome. So thank you. But yeah, welcome, Rick and Roll. Can't believe it's been a year since then. I know, right? Time flies. I felt the same when I was on Facebook. It was just like,
He was
I
on
mean, there were
Facebook
times
before.
on Facebook where I felt like it was dragging a little bit because the last 6 months on Facebook were a little tough for me just because I knew that I was going to be ending there and I was looking forward to the next chapter. But the first year and a half on Facebook also flew because this is like,
Why is
I'm
error,
making
man?
content all the
Okay.
time. There's things happening all the time. Life is busy. And at least in my case, my late 20s, early 30s, life started to speed up a lot. Like time just flies now. When I look back, I feel like time kind of was slower for me when I was, I don't know, a teenager or something. So
Yeah, it kind of feels that way, man. I also feel
let's see. Have they
the
said
same kind of.
the situation for game
It's
4?
just moving way faster.
Apparently, the fourth player for Canada is on their way. Apparently, it'll take a couple minutes. So
Okay.
I'm assuming that's survivalist. Whoever it is probably just didn't
Arena will
catch
be a
me.
bit boring at the start, but it's sport
But
before.
I think Silver
It
Star
should
is
be
really
pretty
good. You guys
interesting.
probably don't know Silver
I
Star at
sleep.
all,
I usually started
but Silver
sleeping at
Star's a
this
really
time,
solid
man.
player.
So I'm feeling a
He's
bit
like
sleepy.
2100 elo. He plays a
But I
ton
just
of
don't wake
Slam.
up
Like
in the
he's
middle of
probably
the
played
night
more games of
anymore,
Slam
man.
than
I
many
wake
people.
up
What's
early
that?
morning. Then I just don't get the mood to stream.
90? Yeah, I guess so. You know what's wild? So I streamed for 2 years on Facebook, right? And I streamed a lot. I also worked harder those 2 years than I ever had. I knew that I was going to get less viewership than, say, Twitch. I understand that. But I worked really hard to do my best for the platform, to, honor them in my contract, but also my fans, because I didn't want to feel like I was phoning it in, just getting the paycheck and not caring. So I worked hard. We did like 3 seasons of TTL. We did like Regicide Rumble. We had Wandering Warriors. It was a lot in 2 years. So, anyways,
Hmm.
and I never went above 1,200 viewers the whole time, which that's a lot. But even then, it was helped by Facebook's
How many
promotion.
viewers does he have right now?
My
Oh,
last stream on Facebook, when I was announcing
he's doing
and
pretty good
people were
now.
speculating that I was announcing that I was leaving Facebook. So literally me sitting in front of a camera at the tail end of my last ever Facebook stream where I said I had an announcement, we went over 2,000 viewers. My last stream where I was saying I was leaving, we hit a viewership record. I'm still kind of salty about that. I know that Facebook has its downsides, and I know that
Hmm.
people probably didn't enjoy the platform, and maybe they didn't know I was live. But clearly, that showed that like people knew I was there the whole freaking 2 years. We hit the viewership record my last 30 minutes just when I was saying I was leaving. I was just like, I was low key a little salty about that because there were a lot of big events that happened those whole 2 years. So I get it, but still, it's kind of funny to look back on that. So Facebook is an
I'm waiting
inferior platform for the viewers.
for the
It
next.
my time there had its pros and cons. I honestly really did enjoy it, right? Like it felt I was thinking about this the other day. Streaming on Facebook kind of felt like I was hanging with it was less of a production at times, and sometimes it was just like I was going live with the boys, right? Not any offense to all the people that are here now, but when I'm live on Twitch, we've got a lot of people. I'm putting on a show, and we're bringing on an official production of some sorts. Not a production, but you know what I mean. Because I was live all the time on Facebook, it was just like,
Being more
let's
professional,
just go
maybe.
grind some 1v1s with the boys. And then I had like 70 people show up, and that was a very different feel. That was fun. So, and girls, I was there on too on Facebook. Sorry, it's just a phrase. Silver lady, my apologies. Sorry, ladies. Um, sorry, any cats that were watching, behind their owners. So, so yeah, I mean, it had its pros and cons. But I don't think anyone can say, even if they enjoyed the time on Facebook, that Facebook was good from like a video like quality standpoint or interaction standpoint from the technology aspect. It was buggy, people were getting banned, people had to make extra accounts, like it wasn't great in that regard. So Camden says, "Of course I knew you streamed on Facebook, but Facebook isn't good for me. I installed multiple plugins to completely ban Facebook on my PC." Okay, that's fair. Here's a question for you, Camden. Do you use WhatsApp? I know people don't want to be zucked. They want to stay. They're very anti-Facebook for maybe
But he
whatever
has
reason.
everything now, man. He has Instagram, he has WhatsApp, he has
But
Facebook.
the amount of people who took a moral stand about me
So
going
I
to
don't know,
Facebook
man.
for 2 years,
I use all three
who
of
use
them.
Instagram and WhatsApp all
Especially
the
use
time, I'm
Facebook a
always just
lot.
kind of like,
Because
it
algorithm
does.
is very good,
We
man.
don't
I
need to
just
get
get
into
so
it.
much random
It's
videos.
very easy
It's very good for time
because
pass.
we're in Bezos land right now, right? It's very easy to make a moral stance against, I find, things if you're not already using them. But if you're already using something and it's really important to your day to day in your life, then it's like easy to find a little bit more compromise. So we don't need to dive into the weeds here. Give your pesos to Bezos, yeah. Do you guys think Bezos actually knows about Twitch? Like, genuinely. Because, like, he's at a level now. Like, Twitch was bought by Amazon. I don't know if does that cross his desk? Didn't they pay billions for it?
At least he
How
must
much
know,
did
but I don't think
Amazon
he cares
pay
that much. Maybe,
for Twitch? Let's see. Was it a B?
maybe no. I don't
Amazon
know,
paid
man. I can't
970
even
million for
I
Twitch in
can't
an
even
all-cash
imagine
deal
what he thinks, what
in
he does.
2014. I didn't realize they bought them that
Would he
early.
even care that much? I don't know.
In
He
2023,
knows
Twitch
for sure. He's the
generated
type of guy that will
approximately
know
3
that
billion in
maybe.
revenue, is what this says.
Maybe
Every
he's very
5 years that
invested
Twitch
in
isn't
his
making money.
empire and he knows everything.
I think it's the technology. Like that's like there's definitely some Hollywood accounting going on with Twitch where they're like, "Hey guys,
I
we're
don't think
not
they're really
profitable. We
making
need
any
to run
money
more
with Twitch
ads,"
or some
right?
shit. So he must be
But
noticing that they're losing a lot of money,
the
keeping it
technology
up.
of Twitch, like the how it works and how they like people have to rent it and lease it out. Like even freaking other streaming platforms use it. Like that's where they make a lot of money with it. So if I recall, Twitch was and has been bleeding money for a while. They certainly act like it, but it's an Amazon run company, so I never know. Like, let me put it to you this way, okay? It
Hmm.
would be better for me from a revenue standpoint to tell you guys I really care about my community. We're struggling here, so that's why I'm running more ads. That's why I'm increasing the price of this. That's why I'm making your viewing quality worse. That's what you should just say in general if you don't want people to be mad at you, especially if you have a monopoly. So I like Twitch. I like Twitch a lot. I like Twitch a lot. They've certainly gone downhill a bit. It's still the best platform for sure. But when a billion-dollar company says that they're struggling,
Multi-billion.
I don't know what to believe, you know.
Hmm.
So yeah, we're
Maybe
still waiting
they're
for the
losing money,
next
but I
Canadian
don't
deal.
know, man. Maybe it's just a
Viewing quality
little
is getting
hole in
worse.
their fucking
I
pocket.
think
It
it's
doesn't matter that much.
watching Twitch is a bit tougher for overall for viewers in 2024 compared to the past, right? Just because of the way ads work, right? So that's what I meant. I don't think it's gone down in terms of, well, the
I
mobile
don't know.
app
I
is
never
kind of
used to
weak
get
now.
any ads,
Some
man.
people don't
I
like the
started
mobile app
getting them
update, but like
recently
overall, if you're
on
watching a
Twitch
stream, it
too.
should
The
still be
ad
the
blocker
same as
used
it
to
was.
block it.
I
But I
don't
think
like
it
what they've done
still
with the
blocks some
mobile app,
ads, man. I don't get
but
all the
that just might
ads.
be me being an old man.
I think if I just turn it off, I would go insane.
Season, we're heading into game 3, but game 4 is where you won't see Slam and won't see ACCM. So that's why I mentioned it. Or maybe you heard me
Okay.
say 4v4, which is game 3.
I also invested in the 2v2. It's the same as 1v1, so I'll watch all of them. Maybe I will do some team matches.
95% of people don't like the new mobile app.
Hmm.
I mean, I haven't seen many people saying that it's
They did change
a
the
positive
Twitch
change with the
mobile app.
mobile app,
They added the small reels thingy.
but
I don't like
also,
that.
like, that does not surprise me. Wait, you're going to tell me that people who watch Age of Empires 2 in 2024 don't like change? You guys don't like change?
Hmm.
Duh. Right? So it's like, I don't know other communities, right? If you go watch a Fortnite stream, their 100K viewers who are all using mom and dad's money to subscribe, they might love the mobile app. I don't know.
Hmm.
But I agree it sucks. It's not good. But they're probably just hiring people who work at TikTok and whatnot, right?
Yeah, I don't
They're
like
like,
the
what's a
change.
successful platform? Okay, we're gonna do this. So
It's
Season,
kind of
thanks for the 2
shitty. I
months. He
don't
says,
even
I'm
use
late and
Twitch
Canada's
that much.
losing. Bad
Twitch
start to the
mobile
year.
app. I just
Well,
watch it
Beeson,
on web.
you could see it as a
I
positive
even
if
use
you
the
witnessed
website
the
if
games. The
even if
games were
I'm
pretty
using
close, though,
on
honestly.
phone.
The games were pretty close. It wasn't like last week where Canada got destroyed. So it has looked better
Games
today,
are
but
close.
they're even having attendance issues themselves right now. Okay, hold on. Mentalist told the admin he's here now. He left work specifically to come play. Yo. So somebody left their job to come play, and Rora Rimbo says you guys can host and start the game. So did they not have a plan for a fourth player, though? I'm still a little confused. I mean, respect for leaving your job. Respect. But also, they knew there was a 4v4 today. It
Today's
was supposed to
Sunday.
be game 1. So I'm wondering if maybe something went wrong and the player they were originally
Hmm.
planning on having couldn't make it. because I assumed it would be survivalist. I don't think they're talking about survivalist. I think someone else is coming. So I'm guessing survivalist was supposed to be here and he's not for whatever reason, and then they have to go for somebody else, either Tigger or
Tiger. It's a tiger,
Distribution.
man. It seems like it would be the same spelling.
Maybe it's Hera.
Tiger and
Hera's not in the team. They can't bring in Hera. Hera's not in the team. That would be, dude. Can you imagine? Oh, suddenly Hera's back. No, Hera's just not in the team. You can't like magically add a player to your team when they're not in the squad. So they only have so many options. It would have been great, man. To have him. Obviously, Canada's chances would have been much greater. But I mean, ACCM in that 1v1 could have beat anybody in the world. Vietnam
Dave.
in
Dave
that
can also
first
do it.
3v3 looked really good too. Okay, who
I
are we
still
talking
remember
about?
that he raided me, man, when I
Who's
started
playing
playing
for
Age of
Canada?
Empires
We
2,
just
when I
started.
didn't even
We
know
got
what the
Spectroid.
fuck I was doing.
It's
I didn't
Tigger.
even buy the game that
All
time.
right. So Tigger. Salutes to Tigger, please. Hopefully, sir, you
Tiger.
haven't lost your job. Hera's not playing or not playing or playing for Argentina. Hera's Canadian who lives in Argentina, and he is not playing for Canada. He's not playing for Argentina either. He's not playing this tournament.
Maybe he just wants
But
to
yeah,
take a break
Tigger.
after
I
winning
know
the Red
Tigger.
Bull
You guys
one.
probably don't know him. He is pretty high up on the team game ladder. He plays lots of team games. He's primarily a team game player. Has played many games with Slam. I'd expect him to be solid enough here. It's arena too, so it's not like it's Grand Barrow, which is a bit different than say ranked games. So why is MBL not in Nations Cup? So MBL and Viper, from when I spoke to them, they basically said they couldn't field the
Hmm.
team because you'd need to have like 4 players.
Yeah, they need to have some
There's
coordination with
not a
the
lot to
team
choose from
too.
in Norway, honestly. I thought
Hmm.
that the third best player in
That's also a
Norway
good
was a
excuse,
player
man.
called Skill
Nobody
Yourself.
would
That was
say
his
anything,
actual
but I
name.
don't know why did I say
He's like
that.
some 2K4 player, but I found out that's actually a Vietnamese player on using a VPN. And then beyond that, there are a couple players that come to mind that I haven't seen play in like 2 years. So I really don't know if they have anyone above 2K. So it could have. I think it would have been really fun to have MBL and Viper and then like two 1600s, but I don't think they would have qualified. The qualifiers were super competitive. This might be too bold a statement, but even the USA. I'm scared to say that. I feel like bad karma is going to come my way if I say this. Even the USA could have beaten him, but I don't know. That's probably that. It would depend on the format, right? The 1v1s, obviously, 2v2s
Okay,
could be
started.
very dangerous. Okay, here we are.
Finally.
Let's see if Canada
Hmm.
can get a win.
Yeah, I
We
kind of
just
want to
had
want to get
players
them to
show up.
win, man, so
Apparently,
I can
he
see
just
next
left
match
work
too.
specifically to play this game. Not sure exactly what happened for Canada. I know they had some other
Hmm.
players. It
Canada is
didn't seem
red.
like Tigger was in the plans.
I'll put all my points in Canada.
He left work. He is here. He's a solid team game player. You might not have heard of him before around 2K, but he is here for Canada. It's arena now.
Hmm.
We got Slam on the flank playing as
Let's see how they do
the
their
Lay.
perfect
Pocket
castle
then
age,
is
man.
Tigger. Slam and Tigger play a lot of games together.
I
They'll
think it's
know
easier in
each
arena
other
a
very
bit to
well.
loot the
Next pocket
DS
is
because they
Chris
are a
playing
bit
as the
closer.
Slavs. And then the final flank here is Mentalist playing as the Italians.
Hmm.
Now, I was wondering where would Saracens be played because I was expecting Saracens to be played
It
on
is
Grand
playing right
Barrow.
now.
And then where
Okay.
would Britons be played? I was adding up the civilizations. It almost felt like
Britons.
Vietnam, we're
Both
going to
of them at
lose
the
Britons
same
and
time.
Saracens here. That's exactly right. We got Saracens flank here for Hope. I'm
Hmm.
just going to change his name again just so you guys know who I'm referring to. Hope, Saracens. Pocket is Say My Name playing as the Khmer. And the teal, then we've got the Georgians for ACCM. And then we've got the Britons flank for Bad Boy. This could be pretty dangerous here for Canada because essentially, if it's archers from the flanks, Saracen archers with the Britain production team bonus, so they'll produce very quickly, could bust down
How
some
will they
buildings
break in?
and be very strong. And then the Britons just have more range. If there were a Civ that can compete in the flank, it would probably be Malay. And man, these guys are close. These players are really, really close, actually. I don't know. Maybe it's not much closer than it was the other games, but it just, I guess when I'm thinking about Britons, feels very close. Now, there is a chance we could see some sling action here. Like, let's say that Tigger doesn't feel like he can play the meta. The rules are is you can send resources to an ally who's in the same age as you or an age below. So in theory, we could have Tigger go to feudal age right before the allies reach castle age, send a bunch of resources. Yeah, we can add the flags again. I think that Burgundians are too good, though. I think you don't want to like waste Burgundian slinging. But I've made videos on it.
I don't know how slinging works, man.
Italians
I just don't
and
get it.
Malay combined, receiving some sling and going like sneaky
I can see
condos
how it works, though. You can just
could be
help
really
a
strong.
guy go into the
But in
feudal
the
age or
videos I
castle
made,
is
they're always
faster,
slinging
and they
up
can
in age. You're
attack
not allowed to sling up in age.
faster. I don't know, man. I'm just too stupid
But that would be
for it.
a possibility to think about. I just expect kind of standard play from Vietnam. Just archers on the flanks, and then Say My Name and ACCM are just going to boom up like
Hmm.
crazy. Georgians and Khmer are insane at that, but so are the Slavs and so are the Burgundians. So, see how it goes. And I think, Italians are actually the most important civilization long term here for Canada. Because if they have him on
The
Genoese
fucking
crossbow,
yeah, the
Genoese
January's
crossbow can
crossbow.
neutralize the elephants and the Manaspa spam from the
Hmm.
Georgians and the Khmer. So it's really important that Mentalist has a solid game here. On the flip side, though, I think Bad Boy will be or Hope rather, will be very aggressive here.
The Britain's
We'll
guy.
see how
Okay.
it goes. It is Arena, so I have now run out of things to talk about. So say what's up if you haven't already, chat. Welcome, everybody. People later on YouTube, maybe a bunch of Canadians, because I've looked at the video stats, and there's a higher percentage of Canadians watching the Canada games. Sorry for the disappointment so far, but hopefully they'll turn it around here. Maybe Tigger's the answer.
Which
What's up, Trance?
is
What's up, Wired?
Tiger like
Hello, Chris.
Tigger, not okay. I
What's
can
up,
see why they
Canadian?
call him
Hello,
Tiger,
Bob.
not Tiger.
That's very
It's the
Canadian
same
name,
thing, but
Bob.
extra alphabets.
Actually, I think Bob is more of an American name. If you had to pick one, I'm sure there's Bobs everywhere.
Hmm.
Why is Manaspa spam not called Mana
Rob the
spam?
Welder.
Well, I never heard of that till now.
Hmm.
It might be a little confusing for people. Maybe that's why. So Slam's going up to feudal age here. But this is just the boom build. This is not for army or for towers. Wait,
Okay.
now he's going
Hmm.
barracks? Huh? Slam going fast feudal for what? Archers? Is he worried about a forward castle from Bad Boy?
Where's Sam? And let
Like
me
in
see all of their
1v1s, it's pretty
positions,
common
man.
to
I'm
see
too
fast
fucking
feudal
stupid.
eco upgrades.
He's
And if you
next
go
to
fast
the
feudal eco upgrades, you can still have really
bad
rapid
boy.
castle age
Hmm.
times and you just have good eco when you're there.
The Britain's guy.
The fact he's making a barracks is confusing to me, though. It makes me think that he's
Want
worried about some
stable.
type of play. Tiger says once stable. Or Tigger, sorry. So he's not even on voice with these guys? Or does he not have a mic? We might not see anyone respond in the game. He might just not use... Remember, he doesn't like really play
That's
Twitch
pretty
Twitch
bad,
that
man.
frequently. He just ran home from work. Maybe his headset's not set up. I don't know. But I imagine he's probably in the voice call. And Slam just said no. Or yes. One or the other. But that's pretty wild. I do not love the fact that we're seeing archers here. Unless Slam has this master plan to stop a forward castle. Like, there are villagers
Hmm.
on stone for Bad Boy. So it could actually work out. We did see this the other day as well. It's kind of like a preventative plan.
Yeah, bad boy has enough resources for castle age, or he's getting. What the fuck, man? What?
Remember, it wasn't planned for Tigger to play today.
What if I do
Silver
this?
Star probably was like, no, I
I do
can't
this
play.
too
I didn't
for
think I was
so
playing.
that I catch
And
it
they,
up to
they
the live.
contacted Tigger, and Tigger's like, I'm at work.
Hmm.
And he left his job to come here. So he's been thrown into the flames, thrown to the wolves. Market Blacksmith here from him. Very nice build. Things should be okay. And Market Blacksmith from pretty much everybody,
Why is it lagging, man? Why is it
except for
lagging? I
Slam.
don't get it,
No
man.
villagers
It
on
even
stone
lags
for
when I'm off
Ventilus, so he
stream,
won't
man.
go.
Anything I'm watching
No
live
stone for Chris. I don't even know why I'm
on
looking.
Twitch. I don't know why,
Nothing on
man.
stone for Hope.
If
No
I connect to a
archer range for
VPN,
Hope.
it works better.
And Slam is probably like, they're probably going
Hmm.
to keep a really close eye on Bad Boy right now. That's what they should do. It looks like all the
Okay.
scouts are converging,
Veterans are that powerful?
and Vietnam have more HP on their scouts.
Hmm.
Who is Hope? Hope is Hope. That's his name. I mean, the long name that he will play with is it's like Thon Quang. I mean, I don't know how to really pronounce it, but he's also known as Hope. He's 2K5. He's really good. I think you'll see a lot more from
2K5
him
is pretty good, man. What
over
the
the
fuck?
next year. So the scouts for
It's
Slam
top
and team
50
have been
at
pulled
least, I
away,
think.
and they didn't want to let Vietnam in Tigger's walls here. So
Hmm.
they can't actually scout to see if there's going to be a forward castle. Now, here's what's
Is
funny
everybody
about
going
that.
forward?
And from Bad Boy's
Is everybody
perspective,
going
you're like,
castle? I think
great,
everybody's going
they won't
castle.
see me. Now I can do
Hmm.
this. Please don't tell me he can spot the range. Oh, Slam! No! He built the
Hmm.
archery range so far forward it could be spotted.
Is that
Yikes.
really
I think
that bad, man? What
this
the
is,
fuck?
he's waiting for a castle,
They even
but
notice
now
that
the
these
archery range
small
has been
things.
spotted, and now Bad Boy would just build a
Hmm.
defensive castle. So, and here comes Slam with the archers. I think he knows he's been spotted, and
What will
that's
he do with
enough
the
already.
archers? But he can't even break into the
To
walls,
get
man. I
Bad Boy
don't
to
get
build
it.
that defensive
What was he
castle.
going to do
It's
with the
not going to be horrible to
archers?
have some archers on the field, per se. He's still going to have a nice castle age time here. He is the melee. But against the
Hmm.
longbows, it could be tricky. Bact doesn't play
So
anymore.
Britons will
Bact
go for
retired
longbowmen.
like 2 years ago?
Yeah,
Year and
he's
a
going
half
for a
ago? The last
castle.
event Bact played was Titans League. It was actually wild. He played Titans
Hmm.
League, and oh, shoot, it's been a little while now. We actually have scouts from ACCM. So ACCM was making scouts for map control, so Bad Boy could go forward castle, by the way.
Hmm.
That's the
But
only
he can
reason.
go forward
But
castle.
yeah,
He's
Bact
going
is
a
like
defensive
last
one.
say in
Or
Titans League
maybe
is
he had
crazy.
archers
Did he
to defend against
relegate
the other
MBL? Can
guy's
someone look
forward
that up?
castle.
Titans League
Yeah.
season
Why did I not think of that?
2. I think
You can
he
deny the
played a
castle
role
with
in
them
MBL getting
archers.
relegated. And then he's
Hmm.
like, yep, I'm a family man now. I'm out of here. And he already was not playing actively. He came back for that season. That was his last hurrah. It was pretty sick. So, pretty boomy game elsewhere. Um, Still kind of curious to see. I mean, it's got to be archers for Hope. It just makes so much sense with the Saracens. You can't always go camels, right? But I don't think doing that against the Italians would make a ton of sense. Longbows will start coming out, and now we see if will Bad Boy go for a lot of economy as well.
So he's listening,
Francis,
I
he
think.
beat Draken to relegate MBL by 1 point. That's crazy. And he also 3-0'd MBL. Yeah. Man, some of the TTL drama was just so good, dude. Such a great event. So good for the scene as well, right?
So here moves stone. Is
Newcomers
anybody
have
going for a
opportunity
forward castle?
and get to get a little bit more limelight. The Slam just has this army wandering around right now. He will be outranged by the longbows, but right now he will outmass the longbows. But I would say in the Archer War, this still
Six
comes down to the
longbows.
infighting
Six is
problem.
pretty good.
Slam has the better
6
economy,
and
but
10.
he will have the worst units.
But he will still among
Nice
more of
activity from
them.
Bad Boy.
Hmm.
3 TCs for ACCM. And hold up, we've got coinage here, people.
From
Coinage from
green.
Say My Name. So remember the rules.
Hmm.
You
What
can
are the
only
rules?
send resources to someone
In the
when
same?
you're in the same age as them.
Okay.
You cannot send resources up. So you can't be in Castle Age sending resources to someone in Imp. You can't be in Feudal Age sending resources to someone in Castle. But you can go castle to castle. And Bad Boy completes the TC. It would make a lot of sense to send the resources to Bad Boy so he can beat Slam to Imp right now. That's going to have the most benefit. And don't even stop there. I think you go to multiple people, but you got to get one guy up to Imp and then maybe give ACCM a big boost of resources so he can flood army faster. And he sends Bad Boy the res. Okay.
Okay.
So there's still attacks after
Sending it
coinage,
to
but it's
bad
not as
boy.
extreme.
Okay.
And this gets interesting now. Because if this were natural
It's
economy
sending
versus
everything.
natural economy, Slam should have the better imp time, which gives him a chance against the Britons. But now Bad
Britons
Boy
are that strong.
should be able to make it imp faster. He's actually idling his TCs as well. So he stopped all Vil production.
Oh.
This is really smart from Vietnam.
Hmm.
This makes so much sense. Now, where you'd be weak is Say My Name isn't going to be able to initially support Hope. But if Slam dies, what on
Okay.
earth is Canada supposed to do?
That's serious
We might actually have a
strategy.
situation where we see flanks for both teams struggle big time here.
I want to see the
And
longbowmen,
here,
man. How
this
are
is
they?
pretty much
I
just
thought they were
ready for
bad against
Canada. We're going to
archers.
eventually see Tigger come in here with stable play. We're going to eventually see probably full Boyar from Chris. On this side, Mentalist builds a forward outpost just to get a peek of what Hope is doing. Sees a whole lot of nothing in there, by the way. And Mentalist kills the scout. That's funny. But they're never, ever, ever expecting the Britain player to be imp faster. And it's
Is
really tough
anybody even close to the
to
imp
compete
in
with
the
this
other
now.
raids?
Because Bad Boy already has more
No.
range. Actually, he doesn't
Mentalist
have
is
Bodkin just yet.
almost.
But he'll have ballistics, he'll have more range, so Slam can't take
And
fights.
it also
And
has a
now there's
castle,
going
I
to
think.
be a forward castle.
Hmm.
And Tigger is
Why
asking,
can't I see castle on the
is
maps,
it going to
man?
be fast Paladin? What's the plan here? I feel like that's always the plan here, so he's definitely going to need it faster than normal
Fast
now after
paladin
this
for
pressure.
Burgundians.
And I would expect a forward castle here from Bad Boy. Like, you know you're about to be imp. A castle right here, starting to tread back Slam would be huge. Slam is not doing anything wrong economically. The only thing that was kind of weird was the archers because it hasn't done anything, but we know why he did it.
Yeah, he's
And
moving in the
we've got
villages.
ranges
How many
back here
stone does he
from
have? He
Hope.
has enough for a
Outpost from Mentalist will spot
forward
that, so
castle.
that's nice. That way there's no surprises.
Hmm.
But it's full sling to Bad Boy. Like, Bad Boy is going to be... He's going to kill Slam. Slam is going to die. I don't think Tigger's going to have time here, guys. I'm not seeing anything. The only thing that I can really see right now that could work for Canada is Chris and Mentalist killing Hope. Because there won't be support from Say My Name. Now, Say My Name can't send resources per the rules. He's
Why
not
didn't he
allowed to
build
send
more
resources
forward? I
to
think he just
Bad Boy.
needs the traps,
He can send
that's why.
resources to other people.
He doesn't need to break the
So I've
gate.
seen different things.
He's
I've seen
Imperial
someone
already.
send res to the next guy. So, like, maybe
But
Say My
everybody
Name
click
just sends
Imperial on the
resources to
other team
ACCM.
too. Maybe they can
But
hold.
I think now you should know that you actually kind of need Say My Name in the game. He should stop slinging. You've given Bad Boy a good enough spot already. A Slam on the way to Imp here. A minute away. But
Will he
he's
make
lost control of his
Petrarchs, man? I
base,
want
and
to see
he's up against
Petrarchs,
Longbos.
man. I really like
And the
them. I will
Longbos,
remember to
they
use
have more
them.
range right now.
But will
T90,
he
are they not
attack
allowed to voice chat on Discord?
Mill
They are, but Tigger
or
was
the
kind of a
range?
last-second replacement, and I don't know the situation. He's most likely doesn't have a mic, but can hear them.
The Siege Workshop, yeah, that's a good choice
Because
too.
we're not seeing the others type in
Is he
chat.
making anything in the Siege? No,
Like, Tigger
nothing.
was their 6th player. There was Survivalist and Silver Star listed ahead. So Canada just... I guess they couldn't get their players here. Slam under so much pressure now. The idle time's ridiculous.
Man, don't do this.
The unit comp is such an issue. He needs to wait for Paladin from his teammate. And these longbows have 10 range. It'll could get up to 12 as well. And the Trebs have taken out the Siege Workshop. The Trebs are taking out the ranges. castle goes up on Slam's face. But here comes
Yeah, I don't
Canada
think he
on this
can do
side.
anything. Hmm.
So the weakness of having Say My Name send his resources over to
Okay,
Bad
let's see
Boy
if they
is
can do
that
damage from the
now
other side.
the army is delayed
Canada.
on this side from Say My Name, and
Hmm.
Hope is going to be on his own. Slam is going to do his best considering the circumstances. Honestly, Tigger's going to be in a really good spot because he's got Paladin on the way already with the Burgundians. He's got a bunch of stables.
Hmm.
He's got great eco. He could
Maybe.
maybe help Slam survive.
Yeah.
And then you've got Canada knocking on the door on this side, already pushing Hope back. We have yet to see ACCM with lots
I'm
of
so
army.
bad. How is he
In
so
the
bad,
middle
man? He's
of
doing his
the map,
best, I
he's going to
think.
mass some
He
castles.
can't do anything else. He
And
can just
Manaspa
wait.
produced pretty quickly. They're a really strong
Yeah,
unit.
that
They have
is
a
a
really...
800 elo take. I'm also at 800, man. But that
Someone
is a
said
stupid
Slam
take.
so bad, and then someone responded to him and said really bad take on the situation. Dude, I don't normally call these things out, but I agree. This is not on
Hmm.
Slam. It's two players' resources to Britain's. He's in a really bad spot. The person he's up against is getting slung, and he's completely outsived. This is not on Slam here. This comes down to the strategy from Vietnam. Slam has to try and hold on and wait for that support. Now the support's going to be here in 20 seconds. Castle for Bad Boy is going to start to go down. It is now on Mentalist and Chris
Hmm.
to kill Hope, kill somebody over here with Genoese Crossbowmen and Boyars. And the Paladins are here from Tigger.
Okay.
Here comes Tigger. He might lose his job after this. Let's hope not. But he literally left work
Hmm.
early so he could be here, and here he comes. No voice comms. Who cares? He's got 40 Paladins. ACCM isn't here on time. And Slam keeping, Tigger keeping Slam in the game. And the substitute for
Hmm.
Canada, top score right now. And now Chris and Mentalist working their way through. It's Elite Battle Elephant for Say My Name. Will that be enough, though, if there's Genoese Crossbow? And I'd say Tigger just needs to ensure that he takes down these castles. I'm concerned that he's going to lose these trebs. These 3 castles for Bad Boy, that's his longbow production. So it's so important for him. But it's also Slam's base. Like, Slam cannot breathe right now.
Yeah, he need to take down this
Push
castle.
continues here for Canada.
Hmm.
And ACCM, I think, does need to step it up a little bit with his production of Manaspa. He only has 30 of them. Are they good enough? Against Paladin. Walls get deleted from Slam. He's opening it up just so Tigger can take the fights. Here we go. Why not? I mean, it's only going to get worse against Manaspa. So take the fight. Here goes Tigger again. Slam still only has
Hmm.
crossbow back here.
Opening the
But
walls
the
is a good
big fight
idea,
and the
okay?
castle gets cleared up. And Tigger's going to dive on
Hmm.
the longbows. Never mind. He backs away. Bombard cannons. Genoese. Boyars. Mentalist is losing his bombard cannons, so that's really heavy losses here. You need to have those bombard
Hmm.
cannons taking out the castle. That's going to allow them to stall it out on this side. But there's so much happening. The Treb's still coming forward from Tigger. Tigger, my friend, you got to stay in front of Slam. You got to stay in front of Slam. Maybe that's the lack of experience. Really weird patrol. The units weren't exactly where they needed to be. Remember, Slam doesn't offer as much support
Hmm.
because he's still
Yeah,
so
all
far
the traps
behind. He
goes
needs to get
down.
Arbalest. And the Trebs got sniped, which means that Bad Boy can get his
Hmm.
longbow mass higher again. He's had 50 longbows. Yeah, Canada's
So,
going to lose this side. Canada's going to lose this side. The setup is too good for Bad Boy and too good for ACCM. But now Canada are pushing in Hope. So right now, Mentalist and Chris
hmm.
are basically saying hold. You don't need to win. Hold to your side. As long as you can survive a little bit longer than Hope can, we are good. Because maybe Chris could send some support at some point.
Hmm.
The bombard cannons are being protected better than they were before for Mentalist. So he could start to push down this base. The Boyars are in. Hope is going to be out of the
We are
game
just
here,
straight up
guys.
taking down the
But now
castle, okay?
Slam is going to be out of the game. Oh, no.
Hmm.
Oh, no.
Where
This
are the
is
paladins? All
crazy.
of them died?
It might be a 3v3 soon.
Hmm.
I think that you know, the positive for Vietnam is Hope still has a lot of vills. But the negative is those vills are kind of trapped in here. They're not going to be able to escape, really.
They are
Slam's going to
escaping,
be in the
some
same
of them.
spot, though. Slam's not going to be able to escape.
Hmm.
So I think what you need right now for either team is you need to assess, can you afford to help somebody? Can ACCM justify going over here to help this side? And can Chris, here he comes with a couple Boyars, can he justify coming over here to help? I think it's tough to judge.
Towards the Bulgarian unique
I think
unit,
you have
man,
to
they're
try and
also
save your
kind of
side,
doing
though.
good against Valorants.
You could tell Say My Name is trying.
Hmm.
He's been over here this whole time. Chris just sent a couple units, but man, Longbow and Manaspa, it's like
It's Manospa.
the combination of the
Hmm.
OP unique units right now. And Slam didn't get any villagers out. He just tried to escape. He didn't get any out. We'll see if Hope can survive. Hope still has some vills in here. Actually, no, this is pretty much all of his vills. And all of his vills could still go down. Longbows are crazy. If you get to 60 of them, they're just crazy. But now we have Chris here with Boyar. So it's Paladin. It's Boyar. Tigger also didn't have Blast Furnace. He's going to snag that now, so that's an upgrade he
He's
was
going for
missing.
the
But he
longbows,
gets
okay.
around the longbows. There's not a lot of Manaspa in front. The Manaspa might die to Boyar because Boyar have so much more armor and so much more HP. This is a good fight for Canada. There's still so many more longbows on the way.
It's still a good fight
But
for Canada.
considering
I
that's
thought it
not too
was a good
bad.
for Vietnam.
Also here, the Genoese crossbow are wrecking Say My Name. And Chris also got some Boyars into the eco from Say My Name. So, I mean, dude, Hope is just dropping TCs to keep his vills alive at this point, which is hilarious. What a game. The longbows are back. Slam is still keeping some TCs up. He's at 32 vills.
32 and 88.
But I think Hope, even though he has more vills right now, he's not going to have as many as Slam. Because Slam's not actually actively getting pushed. This area is getting pushed. But Tigger could die. Tigger doesn't have... Like, Burgundy Paladins just aren't very good at this stage of the game. So he doesn't really have the unit to work with. You see a lot of players are selling resources to get gold right now. Oh boy, Slam might get defeated, actually. Castle's going up. But now, Say My Name could be in trouble. Chat, can we please send a couple salutes out to Hope right now for what he's trying to do here? It's actually crazy. He's
just
dropped
trying to
so
hold
many
on.
TCs purely to just be a distraction and keep those vills alive for as long as possible. Slam did escape, by the way. Salutes go to Slam, too. He got some
No,
vills
he
out.
escaped.
He won't be defeated this game. Remember what we said. Italians are the most important. And Mentalist has had a crazy game. Just a crazy game. These Genoese crossbowmen, there's no answer to. The only answer would really be the longbows. And I think the longbows are actually going over there to deal with that.
Okay.
I think Vietnam feel like they have a good enough position here where they could just kind of hold. And then they have to go deal with this before this gets worse. Because it is going to get worse. Also, like, Hope is creating bombard cannons. Trying to hold on. Garrisoning the TC. Mentalist is distracted. Ooh, man. The longbows are still so far away. Mentalist can get his castle up. He's got his trebs here. This is so important for Canada. This castle has to go up. And now Slam is being massacred. No!
Did he stay
But he was
alive?
dead anyways. Now Manaspa versus Boyars. The Manaspa are owning the Boyars. Aren't Boyars supposed to just be like a Teutonic knight on a horse? It's not even close. I mean, I guess there's more Manaspa, but Manaspa are also way cheaper.
But that castle didn't go up.
They did, quote-unquote, nerf the Manaspa recently. But I think it was like one of like 3 changes that maybe needs to be made to make the unit not be insanely powerful compared to other units.
What
Population's pretty close.
about
Vietnam's
Hope,
ahead.
man? It is
Vietnam has
still
better fortifications over
alive.
here. Tigger is probably going to die if they don't find a little bit more power. And The longbows for Bad Boy here with Say My Name, maybe here to hold the line to keep Say My Name in this. And Hope still somehow dropping TCs, like making some random skirms. Like Hope is still kind of
He,
trying.
he just doesn't have much army. Maybe he
This
should
fight over
focus on
here,
defeating
there's
Hope.
Hussars
The red
from
guy
a
is
lot of
doing so
players now
much.
because they're running low on gold. But Chris can't afford many
Hmm.
more Boyars, and
He's
Tigger's going
also
to still
pushing
need
the
to
other
take out some of
green
these
guy
Trevs.
too.
This fight ends up being pretty good for Canada, but they're losing their push
Hmm.
now that the longbows from Bad Boy are here. 85 Genoese for Mentalist. 85 of them. That's ridiculous.
And how many longbow?
But Canada holds.
50 manas pro
But can they
and
regain control? That's what I'm concerned about.
69,
Look at all
70.
these
Okay.
castles here. It's the same thing for Vietnam, though. Look
Hmm.
at all these castles here for Canada. Hope is being such a little pest, and I respect it so much. Because this is a distraction. Now Mentalist has to go back over to try and kill him off again. I don't think
Hmm.
Slam necessarily had the opportunities to do the same. It seemed like he was always in a way worse spot because he was up against pressure a lot earlier. Castle will fall for Mentalist. And then he might need to face the music, which are these longbows. Trade starting for Vietnam, by the way.
Oh, didn't even notice
It's
that.
not the best trade route ever, but it is some trade
Hmm.
as gold is running dry on the map. There's only 11k gold left. And now Tigger's coming in with Hussars. They just want to kill this guy. So annoying. Hussars and longbows. About to dive on Mentalist a little bit. Meanwhile, you still got longbows here. Bad Boy's KD is going to be insane. Does anyone remember the Nomad tournament that Dave, Dash, and Bullet and I played in 2 years ago? This is in my Facebook days. We played against Vietnam at one point. Or am I thinking of another tournament? I thought we played against Vietnam, yeah. Getting flashbacks. I
Figure
think
is
it was
getting
Song
break.
Song who made like
No, he broke in.
250
No,
longbows in a
there's
game.
the stone wall. No, he broke in.
The Vietnamese love their longbows, 70 of them, and these units just mowing down things from range. The 12 range is crazy. And oh man,
Hmm.
Tigger, he needs help, guys. The Manaspa made it through. He's losing his final castle. They're still trying to like kill Hope. I guess finally they're maybe going to do it. But
Hmm.
look at the progress now being made from Vietnam on this side. They're slowly pushing back all these fortifications from Mentalist. Ballista Elephants! Oh, they're on top
No,
of the
he's losing
Genoese!
so much.
Oh, this is horrible for Mentalist!
Hmm.
No!
He lost all
Oh,
of
he
them.
just realized. But he lost
Hmm.
so many. The Ballista Elephants wrecking. And probably we're just looking somewhere else. Maybe it was at the raids from ACCM. ACCM's all up in the farms from Chris. I love the stone wall idea. This was smart, but so much army, man. Manaspa everywhere. ACCM's got 100 Manaspa. And the GG's called. And
Hmm.
Vietnam stay alive here in SAX Nations Cup. And Canada crash out.
Man,
Unfortunately for
3-0,
Canada,
man.
didn't win a single game. This game was the best of the
Will
bunches.
there be
And I
more
mean,
matches?
all the games are fairly competitive. Game one, Canada had their chances. Game two, Canada had their chances. But the call out for me, the thing to immediately recognize was the recognition that Britons would be the key. I know, like, you
I
kind
didn't know
of know
Britons were
Georgians are
that
going to be
good,
the
man.
key.
The
They have a
longbowmen.
free boom, and it's arena, and it's ACCM. But what you're a little uncertain on is the imp timing when up against the Malay. So the sling was really smart. And
Yeah, that's
again,
really
anyone who's
good.
critical of Slam here, I think you're incorrect in the situation. I think it's a bad read. I think that it was always going to be really tough for Slam. He's got someone playing Burgundians
Yeah, I'll be right back. I need to go to the
in
washroom, man.
support, and he's up against Britons and he's up against the Georgians. So it's not necessarily Slam's fault. There was some type of a downside for Vietnam as well, right? Hope got pushed in pretty hard on this side. But what would have happened this game if Say My Name didn't sling and they played it standard? I think Slam has a better chance. And I think that things could have still gone very badly for Vietnam on Hope's side because of the Genoese crossbowmen. So it was a really good decision there from Vietnam. And We've seen Sling win. We've seen Sling lose games, but look at the KDs there, man. Manaspa and Longbows. So freaking good there. Great performance from ACCM. You want your best player from your country to play every game he can and to play his best level, and that's precisely what ACCM did here for Vietnam. So Vietnam move on. Now, I'll show the bracket real quick. This will obviously show some of the other results that happened yesterday, but you guys should already know that. So Canada's out, right? So rip to Canada. This should mean that Vietnam move into. It's weird. Liquipedia isn't updated for some reason. I don't understand why it's not updated yet. It must be that there must be some like type of a randomization aspect they haven't done yet. But we know that France will be in one of the semis and Brazil will be in one of the semis already. And then Vietnam ends up going third place. So it'll be Vietnam here or here, and then it'll be, Finland or Russia the next series in the other third place spot. And they'll be playing one of the losers. So again, it's probably not set. But basically, Argentina will be up against either Vietnam, or Argentina will be up against Finland or Russia, and then China lost to France. So maybe it's China, Vietnam. Who knows? That makes sense? Is Hera not Canadian? Hera is Canadian. Hera did not play with the team. Hera did not play this tournament.
So no
And
more matches for today, man. What
totally
the fuck,
understandable
man?
question from
That's so
everybody
bad.
because Hera's such a big star. I get the disappointment and the
Is it
question.
really over?
I will be quick, guys.
Anymore. So, did I play for USA? I did play for USA. We lost in the qualifiers to Taiwan, but I did play. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
he also played.
So not a good day for Canada. We got Finland, Russia coming up next. We have a
Oh,
short break here, guys. I got to step away. If I missed anybody, missed any questions.
Finland, Russia coming up. Okay, I'll see that. Okay, there is another match. Fuck. I was too sad, man. I wanted to watch
So see you
more.
guys soon, and don't go anywhere because, like I said, it'll be much closer than what we just saw. Should be some good games.
There will be another one, the one that I can watch later.
Sorry, I didn't have my music prepped. How dare I?
Chopper, chopper,
I wonder about this video. It's low elo, but maybe it would be interesting. And this Tree Hawk one.
chopper,
This is a good song. Chopper.
chopper,
Yeah, I'll watch this while the next match
So the other
starts.
day, I saw this game, and it made me think of a game that I saw 13 years ago. Yeah, that's right. Maybe you guys have seen this before. Maybe you haven't, but it was certainly a unique scenario.
Well, even the youth, there's no way,
And
man.
it's going to be a bit of a different speed to my video, as you can see here, starting at already 7 minutes into the game between these two. This is on a ranked game on Arabia.
Why can't I play it on HD, man? What the fuck is happening? It's my
We
internet
have
today.
Soto. We got an Italian player here in the north who's very, very solid.
Hmm.
Recently returned to the game. He's 2,300 plus.
And
He's
it's just
playing as
Lewis
the
AOE,
Vikings.
the Lewis
And you see
Pro
he's got his
player or
gold on the
other
back.
Lewis?
He's got some stone way out over
Russia
here.
versus
His
Finland.
two wood lines are pretty much just here, which is actually down towards the enemy, who is Lewis, who is definitely the favorite in this matchup, and also I think has the better civilization in the Incas. Incas,
Hmm.
honestly, it is a little style dependent because some people are not very comfortable playing with civilizations that can't make a stable. But most pros are going to consider Incas in that top 5
Yeah,
on
I don't like
Arabia.
the civilization that
Start
don't
with the
have a
extra llama,
stable.
have the extra
Top
top
5
space
in
in the
Arabia.
palace, and also have cheap
Extra
spears, cheap
pop
skirms,
space
and then
in house.
cheap eagles too. Like they just are really
Hmm.
strong. Um, so we'll see how it goes here, but
Cheap
it's going to
Eagles.
turn into something special. Thanks for watching, guys. Sorry for skipping the early moments here, but I felt that it was maybe one of those unique scenarios where it was worth it. These two basically just push their deer, which tends to be the norm for most Arabia games at a high level these days. Now, Lewis did show up, tried to snipe a villager, and Salsi says, you're not getting away. And Eagle goes down, so that's a really nice start here.
Quick walling. Yeah,
We're
these
going to
are
see
high
archer
level
range
players,
opening here.
man.
Now, Salsi
I
did
don't know,
not
whenever
scout
I
his
see a
opponent,
quick wall there, that's
so he
better,
doesn't know
man.
what Lewis is going to be sending forward. And Lewis, 200 elo higher than Salsiotto. I want to say this.
Salsicciotto.
Salsicciotto. Okay, Salsiotto. That's actually...
What does that it mean?
Chotto.
Sausage.
Slow it down. I'm not really sure exactly what Lewis's plan is at this point in time, and now I know. He's going to drop the archer range. So I like this from Lewis. He sends the spearman forward just to kind of see what is his opponent doing. And he sees the archer range. Because it could have been scouts. Vikings aren't necessarily known for their scouts, but they have really solid economy, so I feel like it's always something worth going for. And spearman won't necessarily be too helpful on the front now for Lewis, but he can get the scouting intel with it. Again, like, super fluid player. At this point in time, Lewis has 55 population space, and it's going to go up to 65, so...
Do they give
Lucas
10
just looks so
population
good
one
with all
house?
the bonuses they have at play. Now, if I were to describe Lewis's play on Arabia, is very greedy. I think players who have like real like timing potential, real killer potential with the fast aggression, they can get the better of him. But he's at 2,500 for a reason, and he's very good with like quick walling and things like that. And so, you know, right now, he's not opened up with the fast follow-up of archers. In fact, like even here, like he's sending an archer forward directly towards skirms that just pass him. I'm not sure
Yeah, I
what
was
happened
kind of
there,
yeah.
but anyways, he's going for the walls, and part of the reason I started you guys at 7 minutes is just because the focus. The reason I'm bringing this to you today is mainly because of what happens later. Salsi's going to
Okay.
bring back his scout to kill that archer.
I really want to see the
And
match
Eagle's going to run
too,
away.
though,
So in the
man.
end, just a little sloppy here from Lewis. And he hasn't killed anything yet. But what he has done is he's got his walls down. And he knows his opponent is on skirmishers. And he now loses an eagle here. So this is like a really good moment here for Salsi. I'm just going to say Salsi because I can't consistently say it right. Really nice opening. Killed the early eagles, early archers. Lewis kind of taking his time here. Now, long term, you're especially when your opponent has lots of range units, the Inca player is normally thinking about going for eagles. And so,
Okay.
you know, the Vikings could be one of the best civilizations there in theory because they have the strong infantry. I could see them going to longswords. If against the Mayans or against the Aztecs, you could maybe consider the longswords a little bit more. I personally think it's a little awkward against the Incas. Again, they're so well-rounded. They do have the slinger available out of their archery range.
What is a slinger?
So, yeah, clears up the army from Lewis. Now Salsi's going to move forward.
What is the
His
slinger?
opponent's pretty open. Like I said, he tends to be good on more closed maps, but has been getting better at Arabia. Has been playing a lot of Arabia, and I consider him pretty well-rounded. Like, I think if these two were to play a best-of-5 with a mix of Arena and Arabia, I think it'd be a very close series. Even though Lewis is 200 elo higher. He's 200 elo higher and prefers his Arabia.
Oh, it's about to start, man. It's about to start.
First series, because players weren't available, they switched the order.
It's 3v3. Okay. I can
Right
take.
now, like,
I can.
what
I
I'm
can watch
seeing,
this video
this is a
because
great
they will just
position here
boom
for
and shit,
Salciotto,
man,
or
for the
Salsi. I
first
don't know why
10
I continue to
minutes.
say it. He snipes the archer here, and now he's going to back away. I think he's thinking that attacking this wall isn't accomplishing anything for him. But honestly, from my perspective, I'm really surprised he ran away there. Like, he almost took the house down. Lewis would have to bring army or a villager over here to deal with that. And maybe
Archers
the
will.
lack of confidence on his part. Like, the way that was looking was he's going to go through and probably have the army to be able to kill whatever Lewis had in here. The amount of times that happens when you've got a player who is, you know, maybe lacking confidence themselves or just a lower ranked player, the amount of times they actually find the right position and they just leave it is like way higher than you might think. And that's just quite honestly not something for the highlight reel here for him. Because now he's
I would
coming
never
over
try
here
to
to
break
attack
the
this
walls,
house,
man. I try to build a
which, you know,
forward
does very
siege or
little.
some shit, but he's not
And now
at the
he's over
castle
here and
edge.
he's going to attack the walls.
Hmm.
But he forces Lewis into a tower at this point, right? And Lewis has a little bit more army now than he did in the past. And Salsi's going to back away. Now, behind this, Salsi has walled up, okay? And everything's looking pretty good. You got the wall along the front with lots of houses. That's secure. Wall along the front with lots of
Hmm.
buildings. Use the market a lot. I really do think players just lack faith in the Vikings so much that they sometimes they don't even plan on the boom. Also, I think if you're the underdog, you're going to try and like get a timing with the faster cast length, right? And certainly lots of map control for Teal. And since I didn't have my normal Dark Age intro, if I didn't already say it, thanks for watching, everybody. Channel's been doing really well lately. Appreciate you guys.
Why would he not take the
Definitely be
fight?
looking
He
for the
has more
comments here. But
units,
yeah,
more
this is a fun
archers
one.
and
It gets
skirmishers.
really interesting from here. Lewis built the
Hmm.
tower.
Maybe he's
He's going
just
to
waiting for the
stonewall here,
castle
so
edge,
clearly,
man.
like, very defensive. Again, this is how I would
Hmm.
describe his play. It does depend, of course. I'm not saying he's not a fast player. And Salsi's probably expecting the Eagles at this point. He hasn't seen a lot
Yeah,
of
he's
range units
getting
out and about.
a
He's seen
barracks.
that barracks with a flag
Hmm.
on it for some time. There's been a lot of patience here from Lewis.
Yeah, he
And
has a
having
lot
the
of
barracks ready
eagles
too
in the
behind this
barracks. I
as
didn't
well.
even see it. Yeah, he's
And with all these
expecting the
range units
eagles.
out, Eagles would be devastating. And it's
Hmm.
really right when you hit Castle Age, you have to worry because, or right when they hit Castle Age, they get the base attack of 7 at that point.
The elite
Yeah,
eagles.
Teal's done a really good
But
job.
we
Like
have to
he
get
sees
the
the second
upgrade, right?
barracks.
Did they get
Now
it
you
for
never know
free
how
or
many are
something?
inside of this barracks.
Hmm.
But getting crossbow, getting Bodcanero, and is going to try and rush the upgrades. If you get enough crossbowmen, you could take out Castle Age Eagles. It's not like Imperial Age Eagles. And, you know, maybe
Hmm.
you can go for longswords with that, right? Because you almost need to have crossbowmen mixed in to deny the opportunity for your opponent to do much with slingers. And Lewis is rattled right now. Lots of villager idle time. And we're talking Viking Eco. Free hand card is in. So things should be pretty smooth. I'd like to see a new lumber camp there, but I mean, the focus is on the front right now. And it is just
Hmm.
defense, 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 defense here from Lewis. Incas do get the armor on their villagers. The infantry upgrades affect the villagers at this point. And
Okay.
I'm guessing because Lewis was so patient, Teal thought he's not going to have
Hmm.
many eagles here. And there's actually a ton of eagles here. As Salsi tries to make the most of it. And actually, really nice micro. Kills about the maximum amount of villagers there and kills 3. Okay, but now, you know, you've got to brace yourself. Teal has
Yeah.
ballistics for
What will he do? Does he have any?
for 4 crossbowmen now, right? That's not great. I guess technically the skirms.
Hmm.
And Inca Eagles are pretty cheap. There's 3 barracks producing now, and Eagle Warrior upgrade is in as well. Now we see the supplies
Oh yeah,
upgrade
the
in here.
elite eagle.
Salsi actually clicked
Hmm.
it and then canceled it and now clicked it again. He's trying to think, like, what do I do? I actually don't hate knights. Just like a couple knights could be really helpful here. You can't let these eagles in. If these eagles are in, you're going to have big problems.
Yeah, I think they
And
can
so
just
here
run
comes
under the
Lewis. Lewis is going to
TC.
try and break through here. This is his
Hmm.
time. But the walls are coming down here from Teal, and really nice defense.
Oh, he used so many
Ballistics
bullets.
is
I
in
thought he
too,
would
so
break
Lewis
in.
loses 1 eagle.
But he's open from the.
And
No,
over
no,
here,
he
the
got
walls are
it.
coming up as well, so Salsi kind of plays it
Hmm.
perfectly. Fudiko is looking decent enough to consider the longsword upgrade. All the gold villagers were pulled, but they're going to be back to work. Res collected higher for Teal. Now, the opponent is
He will
only
just
on
rush in
archers
with
right
the
now.
eagles.
So with that being the case, it would
Hmm.
make a lot of sense for Lewis to be aggressive with the Siege Workshop, and there is the Siege
Okay.
Workshop. Now, Teal's looking over here. Teal has to drop a market here as well. I just got to go back because I didn't show this to you. Sorry. It all happens at once. But these Eagles are breaking through so fast. You have an attack here, you have an attack here, and you have an attack here at the same time. This is amazing work from Lewis. And watch this, right? Like, look, they were almost through. Market gets dropped. These crossbows are going to get some hits there. And then here, Teal needs to react. And I'm, like, dead here. I'm completely dead. But Salsi saves himself,
Hmm.
drops a barracks, which he might be needing anyways, and
The
drops a
tree.
house.
I'm waiting
Drops a
for the
couple more
tree
houses
hop. What
here.
is
And that's just,
that?
like, crazy stuff that all happened at once there.
Hmm.
So the pressure's on.
Oh, he's cutting
It
the
looks like
tree.
he's going to be fine. And Lewis walks in, chops the tree, and builds a palisade over it. Deletes the palisade foundation and walks in. And that, ladies and gents, ends the game. right before longswords came out. Crazy move, right? Like, all that happened
I didn't
so
even
fast.
expect it.
I love the decision making there from Lewis.
Didn't even see the
And
villager
kind of
coming.
unfortunate for Teal. Normally, you know, if there is going to be a tree hop, you're going to see someone have made the mistake to wall using the tree. But I can understand it from Teal's perspective. Like, Teal's wall was completely fine. It was just that the quick wall attempt, which saved him in the final moments, he had to use that tree and wasn't able to think about it. And, like, the crazy thing about this, too,
It was so
is
close, man.
if
I don't
Teal
even
does
know
actually
how
wall
did it
behind
even
there,
do that
Lewis,
fast.
it might be a waste of time to walk forward with that villager because you might need that siege workshop
Mm,
fast. But Lewis immediately, like, said, okay, you know
yeah.
what? I'm going to go in there for that tree.
Mm,
And Teal's still double checking over here. Probably just click the crossbows over here. And by the time he looks back, the tree gets chopped. It's palisaded, and you're through. So yeah, amazing game there. I thought this was really
mm.
cool. And so
The match
what it
must
made
have
me think of,
started, right? Okay, it did
the
start.
timings, they're the more standard
Mm.
flank
They will
pictures.
refresh it.
Goes by here. You could just like you could tower rush your opponent from almost within your own walls here, or castle
Mm.
drop your opponent from almost within your own walls.
Oh, yeah, they're pretty close.
Might be worth considering. Could just like delete a piece of wall, drop a castle here, and it's right on Dark's walls if you're Rubenstock.
Mm.
Feudal Age is on the way for the Max. So Max is going fast feudal. We've seen this pretty much every time from the melee. We've got Rubenstock on the way up as well.
It's just getting the
And
feudal, man. I
sorry,
did
I'm
not
just
miss
fixing
anything.
my screen at the bottom. We still don't
These
see,
are
well,
all
we
new
do see a kitchen
players.
here for Dark.
The
So yeah,
Max, I
Dark
don't
is
know
going
any of
Tower Rush.
them.
There go the Vills. I think
Hmm.
Rubenstock is expecting Tower Rush and is trying to go Archers.
Russia is red. Finland is
If
gray.
all of
Okay.
Finland bring their scouts over here, they could potentially stop this.
Oh, he's doing a tower rush.
Like, I called that it would be a Tower Rush
Okay,
to start trying to
that
get pulls on the
interesting.
flank.
That's
I think Finland
interesting.
just expect it.
He's Poles.
They wouldn't be doing this otherwise.
Hmm.
The scouts are over here from Malleus and the Max. And Winchester is also going up pretty quick. He's going up with what could be considered Tower Rush timing, but he's just going to use the market and go fast castle here, I think. This is a really crazy fast castle time.
Okay.
And then there's
The
a defense from
Celts, the
Max.
Lets.
There's the theme. Like, everyone seems to be going archers. I bet you in training games, there were a lot of scheming on how to stop the forward castles. And now Max is getting Loom and sending Vills forward. So
Tower
Dark was
rushing.
not expecting Rubenstock to be up faster than him. And Rubenstock is going to drop a tower here. This is really nice from Finland.
Hmm.
He's going to drop a tower, get the tower there to protect the stone, and start to make archers. So now it's going to be a bit of a tower war.
Okay,
But
let's see it.
Rubenstock could just toss his archers inside the tower to shoot this back down. That's not too bad.
Hmm.
I think Max is paranoid that this is a fast castle from Vinch, and he wants to apply pressure. So now he's going to tower rush and follow this up with some archers. And he's going to aim to break through. Like, in theory, if Winchester just walls up and the scouts that break through aren't a problem, we could see Winchester just push this back with siege, right? I think full walls behind are important, though, if you're going to do that. Finch, no stone for a second TC yet either. And he's really, like, at the limit with resources here. Yeah, so both players... This is actually called the Vinch Rush by a lot of people, because Winchester started this many years ago. It was Winchester
Oh,
and Stark.
the tower
I think
rush. They
Stark might
made it.
maintain it was him that started it,
Hmm.
and then maybe Winchester perfected it. But it's an old meta, I think dating back to, like, 2018? There was an arena tournament where this is all that happens.
Okay,
Winchester.
maybe not
Oh,
the
that's
tower
why he
rush was
got
invented.
stone. So he actually just runs forward
Hmm.
and bops down a stone wall. And that just gives him a little bit more time. I was wondering why he was going for stone, because it didn't feel like he would get the 100 stone in time for a
Hmm.
second TC. So that gives him a little bit more time. And when you're in Castle Age, your stone walls also have more HP. Oh, yeah. Wow, so I wonder... if Russia just expected tower rush from Finland, so they picked Celts as defense for that. I can't click the wall piece.
The kills are more HP.
There it is. So actually, it only has 300 HP. But as long as Vinch can complete the Siege Workshop, he might be okay. He also has a scout here from Antagonist. Antagonist is making more scouts, actually. Finland doesn't necessarily know that. And there, Dark loses a villager. So not a lot of success for Dark. I think Rubenstock's had the perfect game so far for Finland. But not a lot of success for Max. And I would say this eco setup is not what he would want. And he doesn't know that there's scouts from Antagonist and Lightcap, guys. They don't have any clue. As far as Finland knows, Antagonist is just
They both
moving.
failed. Okay.
The scouts have been hidden back here. Don't show him. Don't show him. Don't show him. Don't show him. Oh, the pathing. I guess they don't see the vills. Now he does. Now he does. Max, you better start walling up, buddy. This is going to be light cav on archers that may have fletching, but there's only 3 of them. Oh, Max is going to be in a horrible spot. He's going to lose everything here. Amazing for Russia. They expected it. They picked the Celts to defend from it, and they've got the scout support here as well. I mean, Amalius is trying to add his own scouts, but I don't think that's going to be enough. I don't even think you need to micro this too much if you're Antagonist. You're going to kill everything at the end. So Rubenstock probably telling Max, hey, I'm winning on this side to make Max feel a bit better about the situation. But that is some pretty brutal losses here for the Max. He's going to lose almost everything. Also, the siege now is coming. Like,
What?
Vince's going to turn this into an all-in.
I just got
Max.
confused.
So Max is going
On
to need
blue,
more
okay,
support.
blue and
Amalius
red.
has
Is
the
he
scouts,
confusing the
but since
names,
they
or
see
am I
that,
getting
Winchester
confused?
knows that he could maybe go for some pikemen there. And Rapard is going castle from pockets? Wow, that's crazy. I mean, obviously you're expecting the
That's a
castle
good
at some
castle,
point,
but
but going castle now before the second TC is very unique. Moli Sako is also going to add some knights here for Finland, just to make sure that Dark can't continue to play this game. So he builds a second tower, and he's just
how
sending
is it
more
already
archers into the
breaking?
tower. So it's just this weird tower rush archer situation. But knights could change that, right? And so now it's Finland's turn to surprise the flank of Russia. Here come the siege. Here comes the spears. I think Amalius might need a little bit more army to save Max. Maybe Max could drop a defensive castle, but he's shifted off of stone. He's going to just panic up some walls here. And then Dark actually noticed the knights. And look at these walls. That's crazy. Adds a couple spearmen. He is Poles, right? So he's got the farms going up around the fullworks too.
They can build it near
Max
the
is
TC,
desperate to click up here. He sold his soul to click up.
or does it
But
give
he will
extra
get there in
bonus
no
or
time because
something?
he's melee.
Pole
I
walk, what is that?
don't think he's gonna have much protection here though. Like there's army support from Antagonist here for Winchester. Malleus only has 4 Lycav. Mangadai are now here from Rapard. This is something Finland wasn't expecting. They're expecting the Mongol player to be full boom. There's been a lot more army in this arena game than most games give us. Max now more panic walls behind as he tries to stay alive here, but good start for Winchester and Antagonist on this side. Eco's very close here because both teams have sacrificed their army counts. Or sacrificed their eco for the army counts, rather.
Yeah, this
I
is a
guess the
pretty
biggest
early
boom
start.
seems to
Yeah,
be still
it started
Antagonist
pretty early,
and
man.
Molisako. Malleus is trying to pick
Okay,
off
they are both getting
reinforcements.
castle hits. Dark also collected,
And
everybody is getting it.
Winchester still hoping to break through. He just opened up a
Oh,
piece of
there's
the
a hole
wall.
there. Oh, he opened it
He's
up.
on his way in here. Max is in a panic. And I don't know if this knight is enough for Amalius to stop this. The rest of the army is being tracked here by Yellow. Mangadai still around here for Rapard. Tower's still here for Dark. What crazy builds here. But Rubenstock's at Castle Age. It's just, will Rubenstock getting Bodkin make a difference here? If he only has 1 tower. This is
It
a
should make a
really
difference.
awkward area to micro in if you're Winchester. Because 1 Mangonel could pop out and kill everything. But now the Cav come in from Yellow.
Hmm.
Antagonist is maybe waiting for any of the siege from Max too. Max's TC is being eaten. Here comes the Cav from Amalius, but the Scorpions hit
Hmm.
it. Yellow sees it. Oh, man. And Vinchester notices
Okay.
the shot, but he doesn't get the kill, and the Mangonel stays alive for
Hmm.
Max. So Max is barely alive right now.
Hmm.
Rubenstock's tower. Bodcanero making a difference. It's pushing it back. He's got crossbows chasing down. Maybe he could start to get a snowball going.
Okay.
Max's Mangonel still being repaired. And again, pretty good hold from Max. Razor thin margins here, right? But
If there was
Yellow's
a
lost a
forward
lot of
siege
cav
workshop, that would help a
trying to kill
lot.
Siege that he hasn't ended up killing.
Hmm.
And maybe now Amalius can come clear up all of Vinchester's force. Oh, the crossbows got picked up by the Mangadai. And the Mangadai from Rapard split around the Knights, kill the Monk, and they'll
Oh,
kill the
that
Knights as
was
well. Mangadai
good,
really
man.
strong. The Knights don't have upgrades. Not to mention that the Knights are slow.
Hmm.
And we just
Okay,
missed
that.
it.
Hmm.
But Green comes in to clear up Vinchester's siege. Wow. I will say, though, I think it's worth it for Vinch. Because Vinch is going to 3 TCs. So he'll actually have a big Vil lead over the Max. Max is also one of Finland's best players. He's essentially out of the game. And Teutons,
Really?
I think the worst civ for them to play
Hmm.
against in a 1v1 is probably Mongols. And that could be what this becomes now. Is Mulisako has to deal with Rapard. And look at Rapard fly here. 4 TCs, Mangadai out. It's a great situation for Rubenstock, though. So maybe Rubenstock could get enough crossbowmen to force the issue there.
Teutons is maybe going Imperial.
And TC's
I don't
flying
know.
up for antagonist as well.
Seems like
So
he has.
Russia definitely with the lead, I'd
He's
say.
saving the
But it's ever
resources.
so slight.
Blue guy.
I think there's
But
not going to be
he
an
has
easy
just
answer
two
to the Mangadai.
knights.
And that's my main concern right now for the Finns.
Hmm.
And obviously that's huge for Russia. The fact that Rapard added the Mangadai rather early, I'm actually starting to like that now. That's a lot of knights from Amalius. Oh, man. So
Hmm.
I guess Finland want to push back. Try and break into Vinchester's base. That's a lot of knights. It's 9 knights. But most of that was probably made as a reaction to the push Vinchester had. And Vinch
Yeah,
is
blue guy
probably
got
just
the
going to go defensive
Imperial.
castle here.
Light blue guy. The
And I
Mulisako.
think we're going to see fast imp here from Rubenstock. If he can get Bracer, Chemistry, Arbalest,
He's also going
couple
in.
trebuchets on
Ruben
the front,
Strong. He doesn't
Dark
have
could
that much
potentially
food.
have some issues. And Dark is
Green
just
may
like, well,
go.
just boom. Yeah, Dark's
Imperial.
not going to do anything at this point except boom.
Hmm.
I think the unit he will make eventually is probably Arbalest. There's
It's
the
pretty
castle from
calm
Vinch.
now.
Almost seems like Vinch is expecting a forward castle from Max and fast imp. The way he's
Hmm.
prepping this. He's definitely planning for the imp timing one way or another. Crossbows from Rubenstock on this side. And Mulisako's on the way to imp. I just realized that.
No, he didn't
90,
even
why
say
not
it.
show army value? It's hard with 4v4 to show everything on screen, right? And I don't think it's of value to add another stat onto the screen when there's already so much stuff here. I think army value is more of a 1v1 stat, just for the spacing
Yeah,
purposes, you know?
the purple is doing so much work with
So
the
Molisako's going to be an
mango
imp,
knights,
but
man.
with what army?
Hmm.
He's losing his knights. He's late on upgrades. He was going to drop a castle here, but that doesn't do too much. Yeah, I also wouldn't want relics on screen for team games. I get why you guys want more data, but like for me, I think clutter is a real thing with Capture H. But we'll have it for the 1v1s. If it's super relevant with relics like Lithuanians, for example, we'll always keep a close eye on that. But man, I'm really loving the position for Russia more and more. Vinchester on the way to imp. He's gonna have siege. He's gonna have infantry. The best player for Finland, like the best position for
Yeah.
Finland, is a guy whose castle just got denied. He can't complete
Hmm.
that castle yet. Just such an awkward spot. Maybe Rubenstock's gonna end up being the most important player for Finland right now. Look at all these techs flying in.
Hmm.
Every single player for Russia is on the way to the Imperial Age. And the military count is going to fly for these guys because they've kind of cut army production with Winchester and with Antagonist and certainly Dark. That's only going to get better. I
Rubenstock
think
can
the
get
best
that
move for
castle,
Dark
man.
would probably just be go Arbalest because your opponent is going for the same and you can kind of match that. But at the same time, you probably don't want double archers on one side. And Poles have really strong calves, so spamming the cav feels the most natural.
I wanted to see another
Arching
shot
back
from that
away.
Magonel.
It feels so painful to be playing Tombs right now. They're so slow compared to these Mangudai. And there's Winchester and Imp. Max had some monks here. Did research redemption so he could convert some siege. But there's a lot of pikes coming out from Winchester right now. We've got ballista elephants for Antagonist. How are they supposed to stop that? And now Winchester hops out. Maybe a little early. He could have the Halb upgrade, remember. I don't actually like this fight for Winchester. I feel like it could be so much better. This is not bad for Finland, all things considered. Could have been worse. A lot of Scorpions were converted. They still hold this position. Here's the Cavalier from Melisako with what will soon be Arbalest for Rubenstock. Let's not forget that Big Galleys get that. Just because their elephant archers are insane doesn't mean you don't have that window.
I want to see someone use elephant archers, man. I don't see them enough.
Before the crossbows could.
I've never seen them.
And what is the plan here for Dark? What's his army? Looks like he's going Oval.
Maybe I did, but I don't even remember
Is he
it, man.
committing
I
to
want to
Oval?
see elephant archers. They're
Still
so
not certain
good.
that he really is certain on how to play it. Like, Poles make sense with the tower rush, but now there might be a few more questions on what to make. Now Vinch has Halb. So now the fights are going to make a lot more sense, and now there's ballista elephants to back it up. And ballista elephants are insane. They were recently buffed, of course, because their bolts are affected by ballistics now. And so that alongside with Scorpions, I mean, maybe we need to see Scorpions for Amalius as an answer. Certainly needs Onager, I think.
Yeah, I'm scared
This
of the
is
Kermit
like,
elephants, man.
Max has been
Especially
winning
after they
light all
got the
game.
buff.
He's about to be pressured heavily. And then it's ballista elephants backing it up. It's just so hard to know what to do. The only positive for Finland is they can take Dark out of the game. They take Dark out of the game, they've got a really solid chance here. Even hoardings now for Dark. That's a tech I think pros should be getting more. It takes a long time to research, but it really helps you in castle defense scenarios. And how frequently are we seeing bombard cannon versus Treb, repairing Trebs, repairing castles, right? It feels like every single game. They're trying what they can on this side, but it's not looking good. So Rubenstock and Melisako need to push here. These Mangudai are elite. They're fully upgraded, but it's mainly Mangudai. Dark is going to repair his castle and go bombard cannon to snipe army on the other side of these walls. And the walls are fortified walls as well. So full defense from Dark.
But I don't think that castle can hold on.
Here are the bombard
Okay,
cannons,
bombard
though.
cannons can do something.
And the bombard cannons, they've been spotted by Rubenstock. Rubenstock needs to protect his Trebs in some way.
We can use the archers to snipe
too. So if
too.
there's an opportunity here, they'll make a move, but they won't save the castle from Dark. Meanwhile, Max is just dead. Like, Max is just gonna die. It's only gonna get worse. So they need to push on this side. And I guess if you're Dark, you just need to add even more walls. If the walls are there, your bombard cannons could still work. Mangudai hit and running from Rapard. Some decent bombard cannon hits from Dark. Yeah, full stone walling this against the Trebs is actually doable. Just to hold the line.
Yeah,
And
that's
then what
a
could
very good
happen
idea.
is Yellow could bring Ballista Elephants soon. If Yellow isn't needed over here soon, I think Ballistas could be the play. I'd like to see Siege Ram from Winchester just to mop up all these buildings. Really impressive patience from Dark and Rapard on this side. Because they are just truly outmassed. It's over 100 army for Finland over here against like 60. Finland are going to reposition though. They say, okay, stay in your walls if that's what you want.
Okay.
And if they could push Repart, take Repart out, it'd be dangerous.
Hmm.
Max has mainly monks right now, which against elephants is actually a really good option. The onagers as well from Amalius, pretty good thing to mix in against all of this. My worry is that Vinchester could just win that side on his own right now. Oh god, and the elite Lobok are in. So they shred armor, right? And we're talking Teuton Paladin, which are normally pretty heavily armored.
They will destroy the paladins.
And so surprised, that's a lot of Obok. They just came out of nowhere.
Hmm.
The clanging of the Obok taking down the Paladins! And the
Yeah, they're
Paladins are
destroying
out
the
of the
paladins.
picture. And it's
Why
the
did he
only
take that
Mangudai
fight?
left over then.
Hmm.
Oh, man. I mean, Finland's pop. It
The
says they're in a
bomber
good
cannon
spot,
went
but I think
down.
Amalius has a bit of an overboom here as he tries to get Siege Onager. I think they're losing too much ground, and they haven't been able to push too far over here. They did take out Repart's castle. They did take out Dark's castle. But they've still got such a good setup here, Russia. Is there enough army on the field for Finland? There's 60 army behind. The Olbuk looked really good. The other thing that blows my mind is Olbuk have 6 Pierce armor. So, like, Samurai have 5, for example. So this unit shreds armor, is super cheap, produces really fast, and also has 6 Pierce armor. So it's actually... It's not something you see all the time with the Poles. Normally you're seeing their cav, but it's actually really strong. And they wanted melee combined with ranged, so they have that now. Do you guys remember it was a game with Doubt? I think at NAC, where he went for tons of Olbuk. I forget what Civ matchup it was. It could be really strong. It'll still go down to Arbs, of course, but it offers that bit of meat shield for the Mangudai and for the Bombard Cannons here. And, oh, God! Olbuk slide into the front. Initially, it looked like a good engagement from Elisako. But the Arbs just can't get in close enough to these Bombard Cannons. Oh, boy, we got elephants, though. Okay.
The elephant archer?
Thing is, it has to happen fast.
Or is it normal
It has to
elephant?
happen now, right? They have to break this line
No, it's
now.
elephant
Because
archers. Okay.
Max is dying. Amalius is dying. Everything's going down to these ballistas. So, is it too little too late? These elephant archers. I'd actually like to see Onager from the Mongol player if he can afford it. I think he's really light on gold, so he can't afford it. But speedy Onagers could be helpful to dive in, take out the elephants and the Arbs. We're going to see Cav as well from Dark. We see Druzina now for Amalius, but like Halb's... I guess Halb SO is actually quite good against all this, in theory. But what happens if Vinchester just adds Woad Raiders then? And he has Woad Raiders out.
Wood raiders.
I'm actually really impressed how well Dark has been able to play on this side with such awkward army to play with, right? The fact that he's been able to keep himself safe has been such a big factor here. The Hoardings, Bombard Cannon, Fortified Wall, double layer is something a lot of players wouldn't do. Amalius is dying. Max is stuck in his little corner. He can't help. And Dark
They can push
and
in,
Repart
man.
just have to continue to try and hold him.
Elephant archers, they are not doing that much,
And
man.
Finland's turn it around.
They're just so slow.
Now the Paladins from Elisako have to come help. Not a good sign. Not a good sign. There's no Paladin support over here then. We've got Lekatic Legacy coming in now. So the Hussars will start to spam. Maybe that's the more realistic option now for Dark anyways. They'll have that trample damage. They're a lot faster than the Olbuk. He seems to be happily
I want
throwing
to
away
see
the
their
Olbuk here.
resources. I can see their resources.
And they're starting to push back on this side now. The Paladins engage against the Halbs and some of the Ballistas. That's a lot of Paladins. That's everything Teal has right now. He's sending it all. But it still doesn't really save Max. It still doesn't undo the damage that was already dealt. And Dark and Repart are officially back on this side. The castle's down. I don't know if these elephant archers are good enough. They're so
Yeah,
expensive
this.
too, right? Like you're not going to replenish it. They don't have trade.
Mm,
And the Mangudai seem to
they're kind of
they're
destroying them,
able to
man.
choose when to take the fights, and they still seem good enough. I know elephants are high
Mm.
pierce armor, but the Mangudai fires so quickly. Siege Onager and
Oh,
Paladin
they have high
smell a
pierce
shot on
armor.
Malleus.
The elephant archers.
Siege Onager's hoping to land those
Mm.
juicy shots against the elephants. Max is still holding on. I mean, he's at a crazier population than I would have expected. They never really dedicated a push to kill him off. They just pushed immediately to green. Nice micro from the antagonist, who's a player that some of you guys might not have heard of before this tournament. 2,500 elo. Really solid 1v1s. Plays a lot with Winchester. So this castle will fall. And I mean, I credit Finland for holding
Mm.
on as long as they have. But if you've been feeling like it's been inevitable for a while, I've kind of been feeling the same. And even if Max starts to push back now, they're going to lose the right side. And if Rubenstock's out, they won't be able to trade. Russia's already starting their trade, so they could freely trade and get golds. And that's normally the game-deciding move at this stage.
Oh.
You just have to have trade. Otherwise,
Mm.
you can't make gold units. And almost every unit that's been out here has been a gold unit.
Except the
But a really
hussars.
competitive game. A really fun game. I think, like,
They're getting pushed
the
from both the sides
masterclass
here. I
from
think, yeah,
Winchester
it's
and
over, man.
Antagonist on the left side is ultimately what ended up deciding this. I also,
Mm.
Dark's defense was crazy good. Like, Dark could have so
Yeah.
easily died here. He didn't get to Hussar until after they defended for a really long time. And I think Olbuk shouldn't have 6 Pierce armor. That's just an opinion of mine. That it doesn't really mean that the Olbuk did a lot here. They took one good fight against the Paladin, that was kind of it. And the elite elephant archers back away. But you're going the wrong way here, elephants. You need to move forward somehow.
Mm.
Yeah, and now
And
Max is
there's
going to
so
die.
many ballista elephants.
Thank you again, Tragic Constipation, for subscribing to the stream. Or, excuse me,
Why
gifting
did Green
subs.
delete his walls?
I'll offer the same thing I did the
Now the
last 2
elephants can
days.
walk in. They can just destroy the walls
I'll
and walk
refund
in
that as a
too,
gift
but
to you if you change your name.
yeah, they
GG.
called it GG.
Russia takes the first game. Uh, that was such a fun
The
game.
next will be a
I think
1v1.
couple things.
Finally.
So,
Hmm.
first, to repeat what I said before, Winchester had a crazy game. When you're thinking flank civilizations on Arena, Malay are so much better, at least in my opinion, and so much more useful in normal situations than Celts. But Winchester almost expected the Trush. He pushed back the Trush, and then the support from Antagonist was perfect to kill off Max and kind of take Max out of the game. Now, I think lesser players, they go all in with the siege to kill Max. They have horrible economy. They don't end up killing Max, and then Max rebooms. But guess what? Winchester, he had good economy behind it. It wasn't like he needed to kill the guy there. So yeah, just like perfect play. Um, I do think that part of this, and
Elephant
I mean
Archers was
just
not
slightly
that good,
part of
man.
this, may
They
have
were just
been
not
draft
that good.
decided. Because
Didn't feel as
Mongols
good, man.
on the same side as Teutons makes it extremely difficult for the Teutons. So maybe when we look at the draft board here in a second, the Civ priority was a bit higher for Russia here in this 4v4. But the Elephants and the Mangudai dominated, and I guess Rubenstock did have a positive KD, but everyone else struggled. But it wasn't just that, right? It was also the economies. Max was way down. Even Rubenstock didn't have as good economy as Dark in the end. But that's what we wanted. We wanted a good game, and I think the whole series will be really good too. And next we'll move into a 1v1. Russia with 1 win
Game
on the board.
1v1. No, man.
And let's look at SIB priority, right? So none of the top picks for Russia were used.
Hmm.
Mongols, Khmer, Poles, all kind of high. Celts a later pick. And then for Finland, they didn't use any of their top picks either. They lose with the Teutons. They lose with the Bengalis, and then they lose with the Malay, and also the Slavs. So this is what I mean, right? It's not the end of the world because you didn't
Hmm.
use any of your top picks there. So,
Let me see their top things. It's okay. They can pick the same things
um,
too. Same
Leslie, thank
civilization.
you for the 10 months. Sheepy, thank you for the new Prime. Also, MBL, thanks for the raid. Sorry I missed that, dude. Thorben, welcome back. He's rooting for Suomi today. I have a feeling there's a lot of Suomi fans in chat. It's going to be 1v1 next. Remember, this is
Okay.
do or die. If you lose this series, you're out, and you would fall into the 7th and 8th position, not to play again. If you win this, you move into a quarterfinal. Winchester is going to play the 1v1 for Russia.
Okay,
Perhaps
Winchester.
expected. Guys,
Hmm.
the 1v1 is Mully Sacco for Finland. Not Veleza, not Max. Is Veleza available today? We didn't see him in the first game. He normally played the 1v1s. I wonder if it's likely that maybe Veleza isn't around today. If Veleza isn't around today, suddenly Finland's chances go way down, right?
He's the best player from
Puts Mully
Finland.
Sacco in to the 1v1. Now, where it could be sick, right, is you win as Mully Sacco. You beat Vinchester. You tie it up 1-1
Hmm.
because whoever plays in the 1v1s here cannot play in the 4v4. So this could be a strategic move for all I know. And Mully Sacco
Yeah,
plays a ton
maybe.
of Nomad. You guys won't know that, but he does play a lot of ranked
Hmm.
Nomad. He's a good Nomad player, but it is up against Vinchester.
2700,
How
2300.
does the
Okay.
map draft work? Well, it's just pre-decided, so you can see it at the bottom. Every round is a little different, but there's no actual map draft. It's just
Seems
pre-decided
like a good
order of
amount of
players.
difference, man. 27, 23. But I don't know. Maybe we can still beat them
Someone says
because
2K7
it's
versus
his map.
2K3. Nah. I I don't
Hmm.
think you could put that much weight into Elo. I look more at tournament experience than anything. Oh God, what are they both doing with the colors? Can we ban them both? What are they doing? So Mully Sacco is picking orange, I think because he knows Vinchester likes to play it purple. It is a green terrain though, so it's kind of easy to see that. I'm gonna have to change these colors. We're gonna put Mully Sacco in the red
Yeah, red
and
gray was
Vinchester
good.
in the blue, and they're right next to each
Red
other.
blue. Hmm.
So the big
Oh, they
surprise
are
for me
right
again
next to
is for
each other.
Finland we don't have Max
Hmm.
or Veleza
Oh,
playing
it's
the 1v1.
Nomad, land Nomad.
But if Mully Sacco can win this,
Hmm.
then it's 1-1. Max and Veleza hopefully available for game number
I
4.
think
I say
this will be a
hopefully because we
fast
haven't seen
game.
Veleza yet
They
today.
are next to each other.
Lithuanians now for Finland. And then we got Malians for Russia. Dock position is kind of rough for Mully Sacco in all honesty, but it's also pretty rough for Vinch. He's closer to the corner,
Hmm.
so he's got more fish around. So dock positions close together. Will they find that? TC positions close together. Will they find that?
They don't even know about the TC yet. Yeah.
Scouting with the cows or the water buffaloes is kind of the key.
Hmm. Oh, you
And now
scored
Mully
with
Sacco's
them.
just got the 1, and Vinchester's actually got 2. And Vinch isn't scouting this way, so he's not going to find that dock. But he's scouting this way, and he's scouting this way. Also
Okay.
sees another water buffalo here. Also sees a rhino
Hmm.
here as well. So it's a team decision. Russia clearly feels like you got to take the wins where you can. So you have to go for your best player, which I think makes so much sense. In Finland's case,
I
they
don't
may
know,
feel
man.
as though Mully Sacco is good enough to snag a win as the underdog, and then they can save for the team games. And let's be real, Finland is a team.
Do they
They
not need a
are all about the
lumber
team
camp to
games.
advance to the next stage anyway? Is there
I
advantage
think
building
Veleza's
TC
best
near the
1v1 days,
wood?
maybe a little bit behind him. I mean, a tad. I'd still put him in my top 16. But there was a time where people were putting him in the top 5
Hmm.
conversation or the top 10.
Maybe he will
He's
build
just
a.
not playing the games
Okay, I
very
will just
well,
see
right?
their
And
build.
Max was also in the top 5 conversation, but that was maybe 5 years ago. So they're here for the team games. So Vinch
Hmm.
scouting all of this, but not seeing this is a pretty big deal. Because if he only
Yeah.
uses this water buffalo to scout the shoreline, this is going to be the last place he looks. And then I don't think Mully has any scouting on the shoreline at all. I think if you don't have any scouting on the shoreline, but you have a good build, you could still just go fast feudal and go for water control. This version of Nomad, there's no landlock, so it's a guarantee that there's going to be fishing ships out there and that you'll eventually be able to find them. But so far, if you didn't know the player reputations, if you didn't know the player names, you'd say this is pretty much even, right? But yeah, like, as the cows pass each other here, Mully Sako is a player
Okay.
who plays closed maps and, like, Nomad style very well. He's not a player who plays Arabia on ladder. Now, here's my worry for Finland. If this goes to game 5, who are they
Nomad
playing
and
on
Arabia
Arabia?
are a bit same, man. I don't know.
I'm
I
assuming
think
Velez
water
is
makes
going
a
to
lot
show
of
up, right? Like, no
difference.
Velez today, and I think they're really going to struggle.
Hmm.
But last time it went to game 5, they had Melly Sako play
Is
Arabia, and
well
they
as
struggled
that
to
good
get
of a
there.
player?
Maybe they have a Malleus or... Oh, Rubenstock's here. Rubenstock wasn't actually here last time. Oh, yeah. I think you could have Rubenstock play that role, no problem. Ooh. Vinchester finds the dock. And actually, he's going to wall this in and attack it. Oh, no.
Hmm.
Oh, shoot. Wait, the fishing ship is here. I don't think that does anything. Oh! Oh!
He just broke through the wall.
Oh, quick walls from
Hmm.
Mully. He's going to try and save his Ville. Did the fishing ship attack the palisade? Quick wall? Oh! He gets the quick walls down. Saves the
Hmm.
villager. Well played. Well played all around there. Nice shot from Vinchester to notice that and make the move. And then Red saves the villager for now. It's going to be tough to save her, but probably could just make a run for it because you really want your next dock to be close by all of this. Vinchester's probably just going to keep an eye on her. Vinch is checking the scouting again.
This
He
Malay
must have
found
lost
his.
something up here, so I think he knows that
Hmm.
likely the enemy is to the north. And is he able to go feudal age? The timing's
Can
going
we
to
see
be
the
really tight here.
resources?
He's got...
So we can see the. I'm a fucking blind
He's
man.
going to
It's
drop
not a
off proof
team
of all the
match.
fishing ships and the vills.
Hmm. 5 and 6.
Doesn't quite have the res to click up.
Hmm.
And then Mully's going to get the food. He's also in a really tough spot with the food to go fast feudal. It's super close, but you just hope that you get the food here to click up, and there he goes.
Okay.
So, Vinchester, a little faster here. Vinchester doesn't have 6 fishing ships, though. But, I mean, Vinch...
Hmm.
Wait, where did the Vil go? Did Vinch kill... Wait. I think Vinch killed the Vil
It's a
with the
KD. It's
Vil,
1-0.
right?
Yeah.
That's clear, because I just missed it because
Hmm.
I suck. But Mully Sako, I think, lost a villager to a rhino somewhere. So he must have lost a Vil to a rhino. If I had to guess, he lost a Vil to the rhino while he was quick walling in the other Vil. That's exactly what happened, I bet.
Hmm.
Because he was focusing on quick walling in this Vil, he lost the Vil underneath the TC. So that's not so good. So one of the kills is credited to Gaia. One of the kills credited... Oh, you guys can't see the Eco Keiki because of the logo. My bad. There you go. Double dock from Vinch. It's double dock from Mully Sako, but his other dock had to go up over here because he lost that Vil. I'm actually
Okay.
not concerned about being down 2 Vils. My concern for Mully Sako is mainly the fishing ship situation. This could get significantly worse. He's going to add a fire from here and a fire from here. He doesn't know where Vinchester's docked, but he knows that it's likely down this direction or over on this side. And he's going... He should flee with these fishing ships. If you just
Both
get
of them
away and
make
go to the
fire
other dock
galleys.
right now, I'm
Yeah.
actually not opposed.
Hmm.
He's added a barracks. And he's going to drop some walls and then a tower. Vinchester just researched Town Watch. Dude, I love how people experience Nomad players.
I
And
don't
so
get it,
Vinch
man.
is
I
going
don't
to feel
ever
like
get Town
he's
Watch.
going to have these fishing ships
I just
trapped.
always get it late game. Don't lag.
And he pretty much will unless Melisaka runs away with them. But there is a fire coming from both sides now. And microing galleys
Mm.
is way more difficult than microing fire
Yeah,
ships.
but galleys are very good late game.
Winchester,
It's a good investment.
Winchester, just passing. That could be a dead Vill for Vinch. That is going to be a
Mm.
dead Vill for Vinch. Villager goes down. Wow. That
Mm.
TC was a sniper. And Winchester still has to focus on this, but look at the micro of this guy, right? He blocks with the fishing ship like an absolute nerd. And that's just, he's just built different, right? People just see certain aspects of the game differently. He's happy to tank with the fishing ship, and it just came to his mind immediately. He made a counter tower here, so he protects his wood
And that
line.
tower didn't
This
go up.
outpost shows to him that his opponent is building the range. So it's going to be archers as well.
This outpost everywhere too.
Here comes Melisako,
The
though,
blue
sneaking
sling
in with
very
that
good,
fire.
man.
And he's sneaking away
Winchester.
with the fish. Guys, I think this could be
Mm.
good. Like, the fishing ships are going to get a lot more value. It's going to take Winchester a lot of time to kill them. And now Vinch has to come home to defend his fish. And the longer this goes, the
Yeah,
more
that
Vinch
was
is
a
going
good
to feel like he
idea.
needs to make more galleys. And then the less focus
Mm.
away from the archers. So I actually think, especially with all the food underneath the TC, the gold being to the north, some of the walls maybe, I think this could be pretty good for Finland. Obviously, Vinch is the big favorite. But let's not sit here and act like the
Yeah, I
situation
want to
isn't
win
actually pretty
Finland to
good for
win, man.
Melisako after losing those Vills. Fish will still get some value. He still has the archers. Vinch's Castle Age resources are looking really close, though. Holy cow, what? That
Just
eco balance is
collected.
nuts from Vinch. Melly doesn't know this because he's in the dark on everything, but
Mm.
he needs to be pushing with the archers right now. His fish will eventually die. He needs to make a move with the archers. He's bringing in a rhino here. And we'll take the food from the rhino. But the second fletching is in, you've got to make a move out here. All he sees is an outpost. Vinch doesn't have a single ranged unit yet.
Okay, he is
Vinch
making a move.
is going to see these units now. Melisako can run through.
He can wall
Vinch
up
still
there.
hasn't clicked up. Vinch still defending his fishing ships here.
Mm.
Meanwhile, Melisako up to 8, by the way. So he actually added fish. His food eco has been way better on water than Vinchester's. And he's always sneaking in a new fire galley. It's really creative. Archers from Melisako. Force Vinch away from the berries. And the resources should rise for him with the rhino, with the deer. He will wall this up as well. And the archers could still find decent enough value if they keep moving along here, right? No armor for Vinchester's skirms. It's good micro. Vinch does get fletching, so he'll probably kill off these archers.
Mm.
But I think Castle Age will end up being relatively close for both players. The main difference then is what's the fish going to look like. And that should be
Both are
advantage
looking good.
Vinchester because of the galleys moving their way.
Yeah, Russia will get it first.
So I'd say
He will click it now.
defense from Vinchester, calculated and as cool as ever.
Finland,
He'll
Finland
click up,
clicked
same
it.
Castle Age time.
Mm.
Resources collected, Melisako's
The
actually
same
ahead.
time.
That may change here, though.
Mm.
And the galleys come through. The galleys now have fletching as well. And so the should make pretty quick work
Yeah,
for
they're just very
flyers.
good.
Vinchester, good micro.
Mm.
So
Now he
it
will kill the
feels like
ships.
a castle drop situation with
Mm.
this positioning of the walls. I think, like,
By
Melisako's
whom?
concerned these
By
walls will break down
Russia.
and then the units could run through, so that's why he's rewalling this.
Mm.
He's also hiding his fish again. Guys, that is such an important aspect of Nomad that very few players do. This is what the experienced Nomad players do. The dock in the north to sneak the fish away. The stalling aspect is so nice. Vinch, I think, wants a castle here on the TC. And then I think Melisako wants a castle here on Vinch's TC. And they're they're
Yeah,
both
both
probably going to have the stone
getting.
for a castle at the same time.
Okay, okay.
Also, sneaky fires going after Vinch's fish again. This is sick.
Mm.
Dude, what a win it
Their
would
base
be
playing
for
very good,
Finland.
man.
Like, to win with Melisako versus Vinch and then save the other players would be crazy. Galleys just looping all the way around. These fishing ships are still fishing. He's still got Navy around. It's been annoying for Winchester to keep up with this guy.
Hmm.
Vinch is definitely going forward castle, right? Let's see if the War Galley upgrade comes in.
Bought
Vinch
the
just bought
stone.
stone. Okay. Melisako sees the castle foundation. This is really good for Vinch because at the very least, it removes your opponent from the wood line, and it also will take out the TC. That's not good for Melisako, obviously. But what do? Do you go YOLO on Winchester now? Yeah, you do. This is a Nomad
Okay,
guy.
okay.
Yeah, this is what Nomad players do. Because if you just place
Hmm.
the defensive one, then you have a castle on your TC, and you're just in you're in a worse spot. So he's going to drop his own castle. Now, hopefully this goes up before any Gabetto come out. But Winchester will be in the same spot. I'm a little concerned about it, but I think it will be calculated enough. And War Galley upgrades in for Melisako, so his ships are upgraded. He's going to swoop in, maybe kill some of Vinch's fish still. His fish are somehow still alive. And the castle goes up for Melisako as he builds a TC back here.
That's
On the
a
wood
good
line, on
place
the
for
gold.
TC. Hmm.
Feels like Vinch has more space to breathe, though, right? Like, he's less cornered. And for Red,
Yeah.
he just has less
Yes,
space
more
on
than
land.
half the
I
map.
also think that Gabetto is superior to Latus in this scenario. Winchester's galleys are just so hungry for fishing ship kills, man. They've only killed one fishing ship. And they're going to find them now. Oof. That's maybe acceptable for Melisako if you kill Vinch's fish. But Vinch's fish are kind of spread out. Latus about to run through, looping around, looking for damage. Winchester has to be careful here. Whoa! What are those quick walls? Oh, well, he fails with a quick blacksmith. It's actually crazy that he quick walled with a town center there, though.
Yeah.
And he does keep his fish alive, so he's still
Yeah, I
got
don't know
4
what's
fish
wrong
at
with my
least.
fucking voice, man. It's
I
broken
think he needs
today.
monks right now. Like, monks are the key to defend from this. The Gabetto you want to use offensively. And there goes Vinch. Russia in a good position here to go up 2 games. Stay alive in this tournament. Feel like Melisako is stuck unit comp-wise. Latus are great against other forms of cavalry. They're great at raiding, but it's kind of tough on Nomad, right? Because the castle's close to everything. Everything's so jumbled up. You really want ranged units so you can pick away at things, and that's also just Winchester's skill set. And oh,
Yeah, fuck.
disaster! Oh, man.
Is that GG?
Vinch
Yeah,
is
it's
not going to
looking.
let you relax now. Vinch
He
should have
can't
some monks out. There
get
was a
any
military
damage with
build
the
there
latest.
from Red, but he can't get in close now that monks will be out. And monks are so much less effective against Gabetto because the Gabetto have range. They could actually kill the monks. Would be pretty crazy if we saw the Lithuanian unique tech. If he had the extra range on the TCs, he could actually fully defend from the Gabetto. I don't think that's going to be seen here, though. Vinch might lose a unit to conversion. It's also the strong one. Oh, Vinch deleted them. Did he just delete 2 units? That's kind of worth it then, maybe. I don't know. Next level play from Vinch. He ends up killing the monk. 52 eco for Winchester.
Oh, the fish looking like.
And Red is stuck.
4 and no
I think
chips.
he's going to try and ram
Yeah,
down this
Finland
castle.
has
Even
no
that's a little
chips
bit
now.
tricky against Gabetto because they do melee damage. And, ooh, the monk gets sniped as well.
800 war.
Yeah, unfortunately for Finland, Winchester just feels like he's in full control. Now I'm going to jinx him naturally. And now he looks foolish. But he just seems really comfortable right now. And when you let the best players cook, they're going to pick you apart, especially if they have ranged units. But losing the 3 Gabetto was very sloppy there. 2 Cav Archers of all things here for Mully. With some of the latest, he will drop TC number 2. technically 3, but he lost his first one, so that's the same for Vinch. I love how much vision Vinch has. I feel like it's not a coincidence that every time I see a player research Town Watch and build Outpost, that player wins. The best Nomad players are always opting for vision.
Hmm. Y'all
Always
remember
are. And
that.
then Red is just like running into the dark all the time. And he doesn't have as great an understanding on everything that's happening, right? Vinch is about to drop TC number 3 and get Relic number 2. And I still think Gebetto's his unit. It is low HP, but they're super high attack. And he has the resources for it. Vinch deletes the villager. Red gonna build an outpost or 2 of his own. Yeah, so still very curious. Is
Where are
Veleza here
those
today?
villagers
And if
going?
Veleza is around, it was clearly just a team strategy to save Veleza for the team games later on. That way they
Hmm.
have Veleza for the 2v2 with the max. But Vinch he's in a position now where he could soon drop another castle. The Cav Archers just scouting here. They run in and
They
find
do so
they're
much
dead.
damage. Hmm. That's a pretty
Where
good
would
unit.
Vinch
The
want that
range unit
next
is always
castle?
good, man. Even though
Next castle
skirmishers,
spot should go
counters,
here.
everything.
If he could take that hill, that would be
Hmm.
really good. Or maybe he could just go for overall map control. A castle on the left side of the map, take it to late game's not bad either. Alisako wants a conversion. Ah, super unlucky. Vince deleted it. Wait, what? So you can tell, right? Like, you could usually tell, based on the direction the monk is looking. I don't think Vince researched heresy here. I think that he is, like, able to look at this and make an educated guess on which unit is being converted. But that's crazy that he guessed the right one there.
Can you
With
not really
knights,
see
it
it
makes
when it's
sense because
happening?
knights are much bigger and they spread out more, so you could definitely tell the direction. But when you're obviously when you're in the
Hmm.
game, you don't get the little line that capture age gives you.
Oh,
That's
you don't
crazy
get
that he
the
guessed the right
line.
one there.
I thought you did get the line. What the fuck?
He deleted
And
2
that is
units
pretty good.
earlier with similar logic, so it
Hmm.
clearly was something he was thinking about.
Is he luring the sheeps?
And he does it on the fly because the
The
dude is
deer?
just a beast. And
Going
here
for
we
another
go,
castle.
Winchester with
Hmm.
Bills. And he's going to drop a castle here. Red, I think you need to panic buy some stone and drop your own castle. And even then, I don't think it goes up. But you need your own castle if you see Vils walking through. Come on, dude. There he goes. He bought the stone. Drop your own castle. It's the only thing you can do. Drop your own castle. Drop it fast. Vince deletes again. Vince deleted again. He did it once more. There's the
Hmm.
castle for Vince.
Okay.
Vince finally loses a unit to conversion, and Red says, I baited you, pal. I have my own castle.
But it will
But I
do a
don't
lot
know,
of
man.
damage with the army.
Like, this is maybe
And
the
will it?
best way you come back,
Hmm.
right? Is if Vince loses his own castle to your castle, you swoop in and kill the monks. It's actually a pretty decent fight. Hold on. This actually was his way back into the game.
What?
He killed the
I think
monks.
that's denying the castle.
The
Is he
castle.
going for the
No, Vince is
villagers?
2 under there. Oh, Vince's castle
Hmm.
goes up. And actually, Red needs murder holes badly because the Gebetto are wedged under there too. So both players are going to add petards. I think we're going to see rams from Red to try and ram this down. But Vinchester
Two
clicks up the imp.
petards.
Uh-oh, petard issue. Petard
Hmm.
issue. Uh-oh, waste of a petard. And Vinch still has a crazy economy. Whoa.
Imp GG. Hmm.
Actually just got some quick walls in here as he tries to build the defensive castle. I mean, this castle doesn't
Hmm.
go up until he has an answer for these units. So nice job from Red. Look at the eco balance for Red, though. He doesn't have anything on gold.
But Imperial will be GG. Yeah.
35 on wood, 5 on food, and 0 on gold. With 3 on stone. I think he's going to maybe get some TCs up on gold soon. Arbe says, in a recent game, I couldn't get petards out on the correct side and lost my castle. It's stupid. Okay, Arbase, it definitely wasn't a skill issue. It must have been the game's fault. So you're telling me you set the rally point onto the castle and it looped around instead of jumping out of the front in this scenario? I'll pay attention to it. It seems like Vince is waiting till he gets more petards before moving out. But yeah, you can't actually ram rush down to Malian Castle because even 2 Gebettos and a few repairs push away the Rams. Gebettos are so
Hmm.
good, dude.
They can even take
And
care
then
of the
Vince
Rams, and Rams
will have
better against
Trebs.
range damage.
Oh, okay. We just saw the petards hop out
Hmm.
from red, I think. Rams now. It's the same issue, though, for red, is it not? Because the Gebettos can hit him? Ooh, tough for Vince, actually. Ooh, really tough. He also has to only hop out with the Gebetto and not everything else. Oh, back inside. There go the petards. Yeah, see, some of the petards are hopping out the backside. I see what you mean.
Hmm.
And Vince needs to keep these castles up.
Oh, he
He's
called it
in it,
GG.
and yeah, the GG's called. The GG's called.
Hmm.
Doesn't need the petards. Red knows he'll have Trebs. Vinchester wins. And so, you know, I think now you have to question it a little bit. If you have Max, you have Rubenstock even, you have Veleza available to play the 1v1s. Why not play them? Now, Rubenstock doesn't play 1v1s anymore. Veleza we haven't seen yet today, so maybe he's not here. Max you usually want to save for team games. And Melisako is that next generation Finnish player, right? I think there's a lot of belief, and this is good opportunity for him to get experience as well. So there's probably all those things combined here. Now, we have
I can't
seen
even tell where he
one
lost, man. He
reverse
did
sweep
everything
in
perfectly.
these best of fives.
Maybe the
So
shift,
one
fishing
team that went up
ships.
2-0
That's the
ends up
only
losing
thing
3-2. Does
thing I
anyone
can.
remember the team that got
Hmm.
reverse swept before? Anyone remember there's only 8 players, 8 teams in the main event? What team was it that went up 2-0
Russia by Brazil.
and then lost
Hmm.
3-2? It was Russia. So, everyone's saying it's going to be a sweep. So
Okay,
please keep in
maybe
mind
Finland can do something.
that Russia were in this position before and it looked very good for them, and then the others were able to turn it around in the team games. So,
Hmm.
and it is Finland we're talking about. But if Veleza isn't here, it's not going to happen. I need to see Veleza in a lobby, dude.
Yeah, I need that
Is
guy,
Veleza
man.
on
Whatever
lobby?
he's talking about.
I see, obviously, Vinch is ready to play the 3v3. Dark's ready to play the 3v3. All for Russia. It looks like it's going to be Rapard. For Finland, I see Max. And I can't actually see who else is in the lobby yet. But if Veleza is like on vacation or he's at a family event, he's at a barbecue or something, that this is an issue. So I'm hoping we see him. I'm just surprised. Like, if he was available, he would have played the first game, right? I just think he wasn't able to make it today. Just the vibe I'm getting. He's probably in a sauna right now. I mean, I'm sure he. It's not like he's just taking a nap. I'm sure that if he can't make it or anyone can't make it, it's because there's important things happening in life. But
I want to see him now,
especially for
man.
Finland,
Maybe he
like you
can.
need to have Veleza and Max. Those
Is he
two have to
that
be.
good, man?
So we'll see. We'll see. I'm trying to see. It's going to be Max, Rubenstock, and Amalius. Veleza's not here. Okay.
He's not here.
So
Hmm.
I think Amalius is Finland's like 4th best player after Rubenstock, after Veleza, after the Max. I think Amalius is really underrated,
So I'll
but
be
no
right
Veleza,
back
at least
till
so far.
the next match time.
Crazy. Trying to see the prize pool differences between the spots here. So if you are 7th to 8th place, which the losing of this series will be, you get $2,000. Obviously, a lot of money spread between your whole team, though. Might not amount to as much. If you win this series and lose the next series, you get $4,000. 4th place is 6K. 3rd place is 7K. 2nd place is 9K. 1st place is 12K. So that's a lot. That's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money to buy a new sauna. or whatever Finns are spending their money on these days. Nick, thanks for the 13 months. Let's speculate a little bit on Civs here, guys. The score's 2-0. I'll also try and run ads here in a moment for those that aren't sub. That way you don't get hit mid-game. So we're only eliminating one Civ, right? Malians get the win for Vinch, and then the Lithuanians lose out for Finland. With 2v2 Coastal Forest being an eventual game, I think that is where we'll see Georgians for both. I think Russia will go Georgians there and Dravidians, and I think Finland will go Georgians there and Mayans, actually. Ooh. Or do they not go Mayans there? Because Mayans is really good on this next map. Not actually sure. But yeah, for the next map, I think we see Hindustanis for Finland, most likely combined with could be Vietnamese, could be Chinese, could be Ethiopians, could be Mayans. All four of their top picks. Russia will probably go... Maybe they go Burgundians pocket? Yeah, Burgundians pocket or Franks pocket, and then Mayans flank, Koreans flank. Just guessing a little bit, of course. You have to use process of elimination. Russia not using Italians on Arena is pretty wild, though, because Italians don't necessarily stand out to me as insane on all the upcoming maps. Give me the ads. That's like 50% of the reason why I'm here. Okay, I'll do that. Oh, and now someone gifted you a sub so you don't get ads. Tragic Constipation has gifted Stashville a sub. Okay, well, now you don't get the ads. I am going to send in the ads, though. Yao Miguel, thank you for the... I almost said thank you for the 89 months because you had 89 at the end of your name. Sorry, thank you for the 2 months. I'll see you in 87 months, though. And we'll remember this moment. Now people are reacting to the ads. Sorry, guys. It's either going to happen during the game because Twitch will run them, or I do it now. So... Sightmouth, thank you. Sightmouth, sorry. Thanks for the 52 again. But I am a bit concerned at the 3-0 here right now, guys, because Velez is not here for Finland. Disappointment. Sadness. One shooty boy. Thanks for the prime sub. I love that name, dude. Any more primers out there? Here, watch this. Subs, can we please show all the primers what Jeff Bezos looks like when they take money from his pocket? Jeff Bezos and I go way back. We used to hang out on one of his many yachts before he upgraded. That's a photo I took of him when he found out that primes are free and that you can support any streamer of your choice one time with a free prime sub each month. That's what he looks like. Thank you, Dingle First, for the prime. Thank you. Jeff Bezos thanks you. I, as Jeff Bezos' spokesman, reiterate that thank you. Thank you, Plop. Thanks for the 3 months. Game number 3. Okay. So, it doesn't seem like Veleza is here yet. Maybe Veleza is currently speeding home. I don't know. Maybe he was on a hike and he got lost somewhere in Finland and he is making his way back to his house right now to show up for game number 4 and game number 5. Obviously,
If they make it to game number 4 and
the
5, man.
scoreline's not looking too good for Finland right now. The scoreline's looking very good for Russia, but remember, sad memories for Russia with this scoreline because they were up 2-0 over Brazil, and Brazil came back and beat them 3-2. So, bit of extra pressure there for Russia to get the job done. Now, we've got Winchester playing pocket position, playing as the Burgundians. His flank is the Italians, so that answers my question for
Trees
Dark.
are by a tree space. Oh,
And
what
then
is
the red,
this
we've
map?
got the Koreans for Rapart. So, wow, they're really saving civilizations here. They had Burgundians pretty high, but Mayans, Ethiopians.
It will
I
not be
think they
as
had another
chaotic.
Archer Civ in their top 5
And
picks.
then
And
a
Russia's like,
2v2.
nope,
2 should also
we're going to save
2v2 should
those
also be good.
for the potential
If
Arabia
it
game in
reach
game
is
5,
there.
maybe Coastal Forest game 4. We've got Vietnamese for Rubenstock and the Teal for Finland. And we've got the pocket then, the Max playing as the Hindustanis. And we've seen Amalia's here as the Chinese on the flank. I think the Archer civilizations are slightly superior. I mean, they have to be with Chinese involved. The Chinese eco, at least, is so dominant if they don't take any early pressure, and they won't here. The pocket positions could be pretty close. Burgundians are fascinating because like they're a civilization that wants to go knights, which could be vulnerable against the Hindustani camels. But this is like crazy busted eco. And you got Winchester in a safe position, already getting an eco upgrade. No one else can get until feudal age. And
Yeah, they can
he's
get the
going to be able
early
to cook here. So
eco upgrades.
I think we've seen situations where, and we saw it earlier today, where you can beat the Hindustanis from the pocket if you just simply outboom them. That's what ACCM was able to do. So you can't just go camel and win. It's not that simple. So if you lose to Hindustanis, you could, to cope with the loss, you could just pretend that that's the case. Okay? Just remember, if you lose to a civilization, it's because the civilization is overpowered. And if you win, it has everything to do with your skill. Right? That's how it works.
Yeah, that's how it works.
That's what somebody told me once. It's only a civ win if you lose. Now, last time we saw Hindustanis, the
I was
players
using
went
Hindustanis
scouts, and they
yesterday.
went scouts on the
I
side
avoided
when
it
the opponent was
yesterday.
just fully walled.
Fucking 3 days ago when I
Now,
played
you
the
can
game,
attack
man.
walls with Hindustanis and break through them pretty
I'm just
quickly,
not
but
getting in the mood to play
I
any
kind of
games,
feel
man.
like we might
I don't
not
think I'll
see
play any
the
games today. I'll
scouts.
just watch
Well,
this
it's 3
whole
on wood,
tournament if this goes any longer.
so maybe I'm just
I
wrong,
wanted to go longer, man.
but we'll see if the scouts could actually do damage. Clearly, both the Russian flanks right now are just trying to get walls down. A lot of walling for Dark here.
Hmm.
Feels like these trees have kind of helped Repart a little bit. Space Fake says T90, whenever I'm losing, the opponent is super tryhard nerd. When I'm winning, I'm just superior in terms of skill and strategy. Yep. Yep. It's funny. Obviously, I'm joking, but I find that a lot of people don't realize that's how they see the game. Sometimes they just, it's easy to find reasons to complain. I find that some high-level players have kind of a different logic. And the logic is, if I win, it's because I did everything I was supposed to do, and my opponent threw. And then if I lose, it's because I suck. Like, there's a lot of 2K plus players because the game gets broken down to such a science, it feels like, right? You're literally, like, when you win, you're not even as satisfied because you're just like, well, yeah, I was supposed to in that matchup. Or, yeah, like in that situation. If I have half a brain, I should win. But then you lose, and it's just like, I suck. It's so
Yes,
funny.
it is
How,
sometimes.
like, a 2K
It
plus
is with
player
me.
looks at it that way versus
I'm not 2K
a
plus, but it does
1200
happen
elo
to me
player
sometimes.
might
I
just be
just don't
like,
get
it's a
satisfied
civ
with
win, even
winning.
though
When I lose, I
it's
just
not
get so
necessarily the
angry.
civilization that dictates a lot there. Pro
Winning
players
just
must be
feel less
miserable.
good and losing feels just
I
way
could
too
be I
bad.
could be miserable sometimes, yes. So close and yet so far, if you're like 2K2, 2K3. You know who knows about that? Anti-Demon in chat. What's up, dude? Anti-Demon's like 2K3. Anti-Demon was saying he was going to get 2K4. Did you get there? Or did you come up short? I know you and Mentalist were racing. He's a Brazilian guy who's been around the game a long time. He says no, 11. Oh, crap. We called him out. I didn't mean to call you out. I'm sorry. Shoot. I thought I was supposed to compliment you.
Forward
Oh, you dropped
barracks.
down to 2200? Oh, it's all good, dude. It's all
Hmm.
good. No one here in chat's going to judge that.
And a
So,
tower.
Rubenstock's going to go archers and towers. So, I guess they saw the
Hmm.
walls, and they really want to apply some pressure here. Because Russia's, like, they're not just walling, but they're also not planning on making military. And Max is going to go scout, so he's going to support with Rubenstock. And Hindustani team bonus. The stable units do more damage against the buildings, so with the max scouts coming as well, this house should most likely go down, and Rapard is going to be under a lot
Yeah,
of
I forgot
pressure.
about the
He'll
team
have
bonus.
archers
Does
on
it
him.
work
He'll
in
have scouts in
1v1s?
space.
I think it should.
So this means Vinchester's going to need to support in some way. I would say it
Yeah.
makes sense for Dark to go full Stonewall. Or maybe just Tower. He's on stone. So is he going to open Genoese crossbow? I'm really confused by that. It feels like
Oh,
that's
I
his
thought he was
plan.
going forward. He's going for the castle,
And
okay.
Finland's are through. And this is a pretty good start for them, man. The aggression is paying off. It's kind of wild how I think a lot of this aggression is opened up by that Hindustani bonus. His buildings go down so fast against scouts. Now, where it's tricky, you obviously want to kill Rapart, but if Rapart gets the walls down, you might feel like you want to shift your focus to Vinch. But Vinch might eventually be on Knights, too. Vinch is going fast castle, so you have to get there quickly. And you also don't want to be, as we have the
You
quick
already
balls
have enough
from
food.
Rapart fail. You also don't want to be caught out here, have your tower rush down, and have Rubenstock lose his reinforcements. But Ruben just walks in and is
It
just going to
was
mine
not
the
a
stone like
forward
he owns the
barracks.
place. And then
Okay.
Max is going to see the stable from Vinch. But it took a lot of time to get here. They don't have a lot of army here right now. So I
But the
guess, like,
forward archery range
well
should
done
help,
from Rapart. He
maybe.
hasn't taken any losses in the end. He has actually chopped through, so he might be able to go to the gold. We actually have archers from Emalius, though, so he might actually... Ooh. He might be able to head over here, because he's just walling here, and he's sending archers through the middle. Dark isn't chopping through it all, because Dark is fast castle into a castle drop. Here's the pressure on Vinch. Vinch is producing a couple scouts, though, and I'm just really impressed with Vinchester's damage control. He should end up being okay here. Here, he's also okay because he walled it up. And then Dark as well. Like, Dark isn't not a great spot. No one's loving life in Dark's position. But considering the circumstances, it's not too bad. He's even getting some walls down behind this a little bit. Has some skirms, has some spears. And in the end, the little archer army from Rubenstock gets pushed back, killed off. Vinchester's going to have light cav soon. I haven't seen a single villager go down for Russia.
Yeah.
And
This should
now,
coach hadn't been that
Rapart's going to
good.
rush this tower down, and Rubenstock could be trapped in here. Rubenstock needs to get away.
I should also
They're
use
going to chase
villagers
this
to
down,
attack the
guys, because it
towers,
has the
man.
path back through where the opening in the wall. Tower down for Rubenstock. Rapart will happily mine that stone. And the archers for Ruben are going to snipe the spears. And saves the vills. So that ends up being okay for Rubenstock to hold this.
I was thinking where are his archers. Does he
Castle
have
going up
splitting?
now for Dark.
He does.
He'll complete that. He'll start making Genoese crossbow. Fast Castle Genoese crossbow is not something I've seen before on this map. Because your Genoese are still, like, they're great against Cav, but they're really bad against crossbow. Feels like you might need crossbow.
He's
Maybe
really
it's a
bad
fake.
against
Maybe he
archers.
booms. Maybe, like, Emalius goes full army now to control the middle, and we don't see Dark make anything.
Maybe.
Rubenstock's just going to run home now. In late game, who is the advantage? Let's see. Italians, Burgundians, Koreans, Chinese, Hindustanis, Vietnamese. I think it's close, but I would favor Italians because of Genoese crossbow. Because
Okay.
elite Genoese crossbow is a different story.
I want
You also
Finland to
have
win though,
Koreans with the
man.
war wagons and crazy siege. And then Italian trade is cheap. I guess Burgundians are weaker than
Trade, I don't think it
Hindustanis,
will
though.
go to
And
trade,
Vietnamese are
man.
no joke. And Chinese are no joke. I don't actually know if there's clearly one team that's better in Imp. Not now that I think about it. I know Vinch is going to be in a crazy spot, though. Vinch is 3 TCs. And what a great job from Rapard. He knew that there would be archers out here. That was communicated. He's defended himself. He's on stone. That can be helpful long-term with the Koreans. He's actually going to move out now. There's no cav from Max here. So both the Finns need to be careful against these skirms. This would be so nice to be able to kill off some archers here. One light cav should be able to kill that. And that's exactly why he backs away.
Oh, the group of skirmishers,
Wow, so
yeah.
3 TCs for Vinch. What in the world? That's crazy.
He really won that cab?
And
I don't
Dark
think
has
so,
made
man.
one Genoese, but I don't think he's going to make a lot more. Oh! Oh, Max gets through! Max gets through. Disaster for Rapard. He does damage
Mm,
control it, but he's going to lose all of his skirms. And these are still Hindustani light caps, so they could still break through the house. Oh, man. I mean, he had the right call to run back because he knew light cab would be on the
okay, okay,
prowl.
nice, nice. That's good. Now the archers can come
I don't
in.
know if he's out of the woods yet because he doesn't have
Mm,
skirms now. So Rubenstock could just sit behind the house and nothing stops this from breaking through.
how much
Dude,
damage is it doing?
you need more army right now, Russia. You need more army.
Mm,
Rapard's the only one who really made an
tower.
army this game. He was doubled. That's going to continue now. And we're still just waiting for Winchester to fly out here with some
Mm,
military units. Here he's got 2 light cav. Quick walls from Amalius. Very well played. He should be fine. And tower for Rapard keeps him in the game for now. Can you imagine, like, if I got reverse swept, it would live in my brain if we lost this game, right? Anything goes wrong. You're like, oh no, not again, right? Eco count way ahead for Russia. It is actually very difficult
140,
for Malleus's
120.
crossbows to find value against Dark.
Mm,
Dark's going to be completely walled here. The castle's on the front. Winchester is just bringing relics back to his base right now, which looks hilarious. Max snipes the monk, says thank you very much. The Genoese are here to defend from the light cav. The crossbows, though, from Amalius are still following.
and the camel
And
riders
Cavalier
from
upgrade from
Max.
Vinch. We see
From the
3 stables.
Hindustanis,
It'll be
okay.
3 stable spam here soon, I think.
Winchester will go
And this is
Cavalier.
still open, by the way.
Oh,
Rubenstock still has
Knights.
vision
It's
on
the
that.
Knights one.
Rapard is going to go War Wagons when he makes it to Castle Age.
Mm,
Been an interesting game. Been very different than the other games. Usually, you don't see unique unit from the flank. Usually, it's crossbows from both flank. And are Genoese crossbowmen good enough? Against Chinese?
I want
Just
green.
continuing with crossbow all the time?
I
I'm
want
not so
green to
certain.
win, man. Green, light
Also, I
blue,
want to see
blue.
a big boom from Max and
Yeah,
Vince.
I'm
I
just
want to
so
see a
fucking high, man. I
450
can't
TC.
even
There's enough
remember the
gold out
team
here that's still not
colors.
secured. I think we will see it. That's a TC for Ruben there. Still waiting for that army from Vince. He just can't seem to keep his vills pumping and make army at the same time. There's the castle for Rapard. So now, once he starts to
Mm,
have wagons, it will be tough for Rubenstock to find good engagements. But that'll take some time. 30 eco lead for Russia, but they're down 30 military. It's a really close game.
trying to try to cut through the
Rubenstock
fucking
probably
trees with the
expecting
Magonel.
something here. Sees the castle.
Or maybe it's too much
Should know what's
investment.
coming. TC denied over
Mm,
here. Winchester was trying to sneak a TC up. He doesn't have a TC on gold right now, guys. That could be part of the issue. Remember, you only have so much gold at your starting base. And those vills actually ran away. But now, Finland's even denying this TC. And it's good. Like, good snipes, good value from the armies. The Genoese not able to fight this. If this was just a crossbow player, the only thing you would need is like 18 crossbows to kill 13 crossbows in all of this. But because he's going
mm.
Genoese, it gets so much more complicated to fight the
The
crossbows.
Scorpio is
Now,
pretty good.
the idea of the Genoese is to make it complicated for the camels to be involved. And
Mm,
so maybe in the end, it ends up working out because the camels got killed off right away. And now Blue's going to lose most of his army. Dark is dodging and dancing and microing, and nice clear up there. And now Russia are serious.
okay.
So it's funny because they were way ahead in eco, now they're not. But they were way behind an army, and I expect that to change too because of all the production from both. Rapard and Vinch. Does the armor help you? Like, obviously you have to research it for normal fights. Oh, where was the hole
The
here?
camera rider armor. What is it?
What on
Why
earth
would it
happened?
not help?
These 3 crossbows. What?
What
These
did
3
they get
crossbows
in?
killed 17 vills!
What the fuck?
17! There must have been a hole here or something. I don't understand. But they got through somehow, and Dark didn't expect it. Oh, man, Dark had
Hmm.
such a nice boom. But yeah, researching the full armor on the camels,
That's good.
it
That's I
feels
want Finland to win, man.
kind of bad against those
They're
Genoese.
kind
But now
of
the Genoese
catching
player
up
has to
on
come back and deal
equally
with this. They're
slowly.
still outranged by the crossbows. Was this the
Hmm.
hole? I'm not actually seeing it. Next to the unfinished stone wall? Where, though? Please remind me to check that at
Is
the
it
end of
where
this
the
game, because that's a
crossbowmen are
big
standing?
storyline. I still don't fully understand it.
Hmm.
Lots of Cavalier from Vinch with the Genoese. Max actually adding a couple monks. And maybe the house goes down here in a second anyways. So Dark has to respect that. And outposts being placed around the map
Imperialist
for repards.
fast.
He and Rubenstock are probably thinking about
Hmm.
dropping castles here.
Yeah, I'll refresh this page, man.
Wonder if he walked.
But I think I'm a bit behind.
It still makes no sense. Oh, I see. So he walled it afterwards. Yeah. So that piece of wall was added after he realized the crossbows went through. But
Hmm.
these crossbows were standing here forever, and then he noticed. Yeah, and then he panic walled it. Okay. Wow, so there was an opening there. That's crazy. And we are still paused. Yeah, this gap, there was a gap here. Maybe it was something else before, like a house or a palisade. But
Yeah, the
it was
crossbow did a
open when the
lot of
crossbows
work.
arrived. Dark has just clicked up to Imp. Only 62 vills, though.
Hmm.
And hopefully this resumes here shortly. Military counts closer than it was before. Genoese crossbowman count is really low. Like, to me, it kind of feeling good for Finland, guys.
What? He's not feeling
Because
good for
the
them?
economy for Amalius is flying.
Hmm.
He's got 30 farms. He's got crossbow production. Genoese crossbowmen won't play a big role. If the Genoese crossbowmen don't play a big role, the camels are here for the Cavalier. The camels are going to be here for the war wagons too. They're not too bad. The team scores are actually ridiculous. It is 3,349 for Finland,
Oh,
3,348 right now
same.
for Russia. Super close game.
Yeah, I want
But
Finland
just
to
like
win,
fast
man,
tracking
so I
into
can
Genoese
watch more
crossbowmen
matches.
combined with the hole, I think the
Maybe
hole is
that
actually
other
the
guy will
biggest thing.
come to, I
It's been
forgot
tough.
his name, from
Vincester going
Finland,
to drop a
if they
castle
win.
here to protect the golds. Still no TC out here, for example. Always about gold
Hmm.
control at this stage. I think Ruben Stocks had a pretty solid game. He's 3 TCs, but pretty solid recovery from Rapard. The hardest position to play in this game has been Rapard's position. It's expected that he takes the losses and falls behind. The trade-off is that you have Vinchester in a beastly spot. And Vinch is he's pretty much at 100 vills right now. So, yeah, that's a really good point. Vara says going Genoese crossbowman to go against Camel feels weird because going full archers is already good against Camel. Yeah, but I guess like Imp Camel is a
Hmm.
different beast.
I never got to Impact Camel, man.
This is not me, guys. This is the game. They have paused for some reason. Maybe Velez is on the line. He's like, I'm coming home.
Yeah, Velez, that's what his
Let
name
this game
is.
go to post imp. I'll be there for game 4. Not exactly how I would expect Veleza to say it. But yeah, no Veleza today, guys. Which is surprising. I feel like Finland's chances without Veleza are pretty slim when Russia's playing this good. But if there's more holes in the wall.
Hmm.
And also, Malleus is playing like a beast. If Malleus is playing like this, maybe it's not a replacement for
Himalayas,
Veleza,
yeah. He's also doing good.
but they might still be able to get the job done. That's why they're 0-2 down. Wonder how that happened. Well, the first one was 4v4 arena
Hmm.
with Veleza. I could easily see Russia winning there. And then the next one was a 1v1. That was where they used a player I was surprised by. Because it was Vinchester versus Molisako, so. I want to check.
Well, Michael 3 cross with it already with
The admins are
17
asking,
villagers with this.
all good, why did you pause? And the players haven't responded. So there's a DE bug where if
Hmm.
one person, so let's say you have a team of like 3, right? And you're like, shoot, guys, I need you to pause real quick because my mouse died or something, right? And you pause. And then I plug my mouse in and say, okay, I'm good. Can we go? We ask the other team go, and then someone else unpauses. If a different person unpauses than the person who paused, it can ruin the spectating sometimes. So I'm worried right now that we're not going to be able to watch
Oh.
this game because the players aren't responding,
Hmm.
which makes me think that they're in the game and we're just sitting here standing at the pause screen. So I'm hoping it's not that bug, but I'm experienced and I've reported it before. It's kind of hard to recreate, but I know it's happened enough times, so.
Yes.
Oh, we're back! Hey, thank you, DE. Okay, they had TeamSpeak issues. Okay, we're back. They're using
Okay.
TeamSpeak? Bro, TeamSpeak? What year is it? Okay. So they got in a different TeamSpeak server. We're so back. And we should be good. There's no Discord in Russia. Really? Is Discord banned in Russia? I
So
didn't
it's
know it got banned
banned.
in Russia. Well, that makes sense then. Okay, well that makes a lot of sense. Sorry, no judgment, no judgment, no judgment. I didn't know they didn't have it available.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, War Wagons
Glad
pulling
I live
Ruben
in
stock in
India,
this
man.
area.
At
We got
least not
coinage
that
now for
many
Ruben
things are
stock, which
banned
makes me
here.
think Sling. And we have big armies coming forward, but the Genbos are gonna get converted. Monk's also helping out with some healing. Now,
Hmm.
Malleus has pulled his crossbows back. That was the raiding army that dealt a lot of damage here to Dark. Dark only at 70 vills, but Dark will be an imp. Max has so many camels in queue. Max has 20 camels in queue right now. Holy, 20 camels out of like 6 stables. But that's a panic move if I ever saw one. Because he could unqueue some of those camels and you could go up to imp maybe. This is a 3v1 on
Hmm.
Max. And oh god! Ruben Stock's gonna make him pay! He says, you team up on Max, I castle drop you, fool. Let's go. That's sick.
Okay.
So Max is dying.
Hmm.
Repart could have some big problems. Ruben Stock is sending all the resources he can over to Max as this is happening. But they need an army here, guys. And where are the crossbows for Amalius? I thought the crossbows were going to be a big factor here. I guess he never was able to make it over there, or he's waiting for Imp.
Hmm.
Wow. Okay, so stables for Max are going down, and he's got units inside of them. So the units are going to just pop out and die right away. Well, hold on, actually. He's got camels. He's got a lot of camels.
I think he can clear it
Well,
out.
back to what we talked about earlier about the Genovese
Or the war
crossbow.
wagons, that's good.
I was kind of in agreement on how you
Oh
can
yeah,
just
then
have
his
regular
crossbows
crossbows,
too.
but 11
Hmm.
units have 24 kills. They're just
Oh.
one-shotting camels right now with full upgrades. So,
Hmm.
I mean, dude, it's not even close when the camels get close to these things. War wagons also are tanky underneath the TCs. Rapard has to run for gold, but he's going to find some. And Amalius is like, don't worry, guys. I'm an imp now. I can come save you. But Finland have lost so much. Max hasn't been able to mine gold. Max still is just like
So
trying to
many
pump army
relics.
out.
You got all the
But what we
relics.
haven't looked at is Dark Space or Vinchester Space in
Hmm.
so long. And Vinch is about to be an imp, guys. So
Hmm.
right after the pause, it's just like they 3v1 Max instantly. We never saw Blue in the fight. Now he's here. But Max has taken some heavy losses.
They clear
Castle
out
here
the
for
war
Rapard.
wagons and
He's
shit.
also on Rubenstock's miners here. Rubenstock needs to react.
Hmm.
Rubenstock still gonna have an issue
Oh.
fighting against wagons. Rubenstock doesn't have much
Hmm.
army. The Arbalest upgrade kicks in here for Amalius. He is the key now. But his castle gets denied! His castle gets denied, and there's a Treb on it already. Vinchester's 2 minutes away from Paladin, guys. And yes, Max does have 30-some camels, but Max isn't on... Well, sorry, he just clicked up to Imp. So it's going to take time for Max to get the upgrades to match that. Feels like if Vinch and Dark could just work together, they might be able to 2v1 Amalius. Rubenstock, no army right now. He's just, I guess he sent every resource he could to Max.
I didn't
So
even
Max could
see.
get
Was
to
it
Imp,
sending
so Max could get this many camels.
resources?
What they've sacrificed, though, like what Finland have missed out on here is Max and Imp. So that hit there forced him into a massive panic to recover an army and delayed his Imp time. And now you're just going to see Vinch be patient, wait for Paladin. Malleus is the key. He needs like 50, 60 Arbalest to hold this on his own. Vinchester keeping an eye on the Paladin timer. Can they take this fight? Paladin comes in. The Genoese crossbowmen are here. I'm surprised Vinch didn't just back away for a second to lure some camels into the fight. He just doesn't seem to care. But the Paladin is Paladin.
No,
The
but they're
camels are
dying.
dying. The
Paladins are
Genoese
also dying.
crossbowmen are doing a great job. The wagons are tanking as well. And Max's army is disappearing. Amalius's base is disappearing to the Paladin raids.
Yeah, Paladins
to
are
the
will
trebuchets.
just keep coming in now. He has 19
Maybe
of
this
them.
castle goes up. But I don't know, guys. I think the reverse sweep the reverse sweep dream is dead here today. Russia just too good. Too consistent. And I love how they can have these players who you guys won't know all that well perform so cleanly. Rapard had a difficult role to play in this game. He had a difficult role to play in one of the other games too. And then when they need their best players to step up, they've got them. Or I mean, even more specifically,
What
they
is
have them
Ruben
here.
Stock doing, man? He has the
Vleza,
most
unfortunately,
population,
just
he has
not
no
here.
army. Still,
not
he doesn't
full-time
have
AoE.
plume archers.
And
It's
maybe a busy time
Vietnamese.
for him, and I imagine he would have
Yeah,
been there if
where's
he could have.
Ruben, man?
So now Max makes it to the heavy camel upgrade, but he's up against Imp wagons and a soon-to-be elite Genoese crossbow. It's just not going to happen. The Paladins for Vinchester are going to head over to Rubenstock as he comes over to help. Paladins aren't really needed on this side to win the fight anymore. What a recovery from Dark, too. He was at like 60 bills when he imped. He's up to 140 now. Max is just
It's looking over, man.
that keeps him alive, but at what cost? They're losing so much. Vinchester will raid here.
Yeah.
Vinchester will raid here. There's Trebs now from Rapart
It
as
just,
well. Rubenstock
yeah,
lose all of
it's
his
just
castles.
over, man.
Like, the dancing is maybe to buy time for Imp Camel, but Imp Camel isn't actually a unit that saves you anymore. Now, Finland's probably disappointed. Just like maybe their fans right now, they won't want to call it quits.
Did he not even get
Appreciate
heavy
the
one?
fight, but I can't see a way back in
I
this.
thought he was getting the aim,
There's
not
just
getting
no
the
way.
aim. Did he not even
Dark
get
has
the
even got a
heavy one?
forward wall here, so they can't escape. I guess Rubenstock did the same over here at one point. I truly think, and many people would disagree with this statement, I truly think that even if Vleza was here, Russia would have won today. I had said Russia 3-2, assuming Vleza was here, because I think I think they have more consistent talent throughout the team, and Finland's are just a tad top-heavy these days. And they're less active than all the
But the
Russians as well.
genocide crossbow are kind of killing the camels, man.
Remember, like, Brazil got a direct... They're directly in the semifinals after their performances. They reverse swept Russia. If a couple things went differently, Russia would have swept Brazil.
Paladins are raiding
could
inside
make a
the
deep run.
max base.
They'll go to the quarterfinals now. I don't know who they're up against yet, but they might be the favorite in that series. And the GG's called. Finland finally called
man.
it, and weren't able to get any wins today. Finland
All the matches I
and
watched today were
end up being
3-0.
the teams that crash out in the 7th and 8th position. Not what people would have
Hmm.
expected, but maybe lineup wise, you think, well, Veleza didn't play here today for
I'm
Finland.
feeling
Russia was
sleepy
good,
now, man.
and then Hera not playing on Team Canada. That probably played some big roles for both those teams' fates. Um, really impressed with Vinchester and how he commands his team, how the strategy looked. I love how they've been able to bring in Rapard to play a super good role, and they also have let's not forget
Okay, yeah, man.
Antagonist.
I'm ending the stream, man.
Antagonist, also another
I'm just
player,
feeling
2K4,
sleepy, man.
2K5.
I don't
Been
know.
playing
I'll
in
play Age
Asia
of
for very
Empires.
small
I'll
and very
start playing
long time.
tomorrow.
So
I'm just not in the
Russia win.
mood to.
Russia move on.
I don't think there are any more matches.
GG. Rapard, sick game there. Koreans looked really strong there. But I got to go back. Like, Rapard got doubled, guys. And then they ended up just being more than fine in the end.
Yeah, I'm ending
Russia
it,
took
man. Fuck it. I'm just
the
ending.
home